Hey everyone, this is Stevie Richards. When I'm not doing Stevie Richards Fitness, well actually when I am doing Stevie Richards Fitness resistance band training programs, I like to listen to my friends on the Voices of Misery podcast. They talk about literally everything and anything, some stuff that might offend you. So if you're not easily offended, don't subscribe because they say whatever is on their minds is actually subscribe. Subscribe anyway. You might learn something, and check them out anywhere you can download and listen to your favorite podcast. And of course, check them out at voicesofmisery.podbean.com.
All right, what's going on, everybody? It is the Voices of Misery podcast, and we are back in action, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Friday, and we are having interesting start to our weekend. We are live on Twitch tonight. I can see your beautiful animated faces looking back at us. The chat room is going. Are we going to change that
anytime soon?
Yeah, why not? We can do
not that I don't like this, because I do, but we're coming into fall. Now that Labor Day is about to pass,
so
right?
So we could put like fucking pumpkins on it or some shit?
Hell yeah!
What the fuck do we need pumpkins on there for?
Fall it up.
Holy shit. Well, I mean...
Some leaves. Something festive. We're coming into like holidays now.
Still looks like I'm wearing diamond earrings, doesn't it? Like it looks like I'm like gold earrings. It looks like I got one in like I look like a punk rock dude with a beard.
Well, you wear earrings.
I used to. I don't really wear them anymore.
You do to poke holes back in. But.
Yeah, every once in a while just to make sure the holes don't close up in case I go through another weird midlife crisis stage where I have to put shit in there and just try to look cool or something, you know. But yeah, like I do like the background picture, and I guess we will change it. We do have one other one we can kind of mix in and out with it. And we can put other things there too, like, you know, whenever we're feeling festive and in the mood.
Yeah, we're getting to that time. That fun time that you hate.
No, fucking Halloween, or are you talking Christmas?
I mean, Labor Day is like, right after that, it's a steamroll through all the damn holidays.
Jesus Christ, they
Halloween.
just go from one to the next, too. It's so annoying.
Yeah, it's Halloween, 2 birthdays, Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Yeah, it's just like money just comes out, and that's just life in general, man. It's always money. Like, no matter what it is in life, you have to spend money on it. You can't just go leave your house. And every time we talk about like leaving the house, I think the only thing we do that's free is probably the beach, because there's like an initial startup cost. You know, it's like any other thing that there is. You got to buy your chairs, your
not
towels,
normally. We got rid of our chairs last year, so this year we had to buy chairs. Normally, you could just go to the beach, pack a lunch or whatever, and you're good to go. Well,
they were a mess last year. The chairs were just falling apart. We forced ourselves to get better chairs, and we ended up getting the same exact things, if not worse chairs, because we couldn't find the good ones. So we were screwed.
Well, last year, at the end of the year, you said, you say this a lot, throw it out, because if we throw it out, it'll force me to go to the store and get new ones. So we threw them out. Beach season starts here like in April. We didn't get to the damn beach till fucking the end of July.
Oh yeah, July. We went once.
Went once.
And
that's because we had to like try to put money aside to find damn chairs. Couldn't find the chairs that we wanted, so we missed out on the majority of the damn beach season, anyways. But at least we finally got chairs. Although no, yours ripped immediately, right?
Like
even after all the weight that you lost, you sat down and like it sat
down. It tore like a freaking piece of wet tissue. It just ripped in half.
What the hell?
Nothing you can do about it, man.
Jesus Christ.
Does it feel weird that we're back on Twitch? We're back live, man. We haven't done this in a little while. It's been a couple episodes, and we do have one on backup, and I don't even know why the hell we're keeping episodes on backup. Oh, wait, I know why. Because we're doing a lot of interviews now.
Yeah.
I still haven't been able to do a solo because another interview came through, and it's like, holy shit.
It didn't come through. You're out there, like, finagling shit. Well, that's what it is.
I did it as a favor to our friend. Our friend wanted to have his favorite person on there, and I was like, all right, let's see if we can make this happen. And sure enough, everything happened, and it was
I thought you were talking
fun.
about the one next week.
Oh, no, the one next week.
I'm over that one. That one's the last adult film star or whatever. I can't remember her name, but that's come and gone.
Yeah, the one next week I'm very excited for because, I mean, when we first started the podcast up, I reached out to this individual, and I was like, hey, you want to come on a show? I want to do an interview, you know? And the guy was like, yeah, cool. I was like, oh, fuck. And like, he's like, oh, my God. He said, yes. And then, like, I deleted the email I sent it from, and I, like, hid in the corner for, like, days. And I'm like, holy shit. Because it was our first interview, and I was freaked out. We were still a brand new show. I think we were fresh off of SoundCloud. I don't even think we were on Podbean yet. And I was like, holy shit, this guy said yes. And this person, I'm not going to say their name because I don't want to jinx it. Even though he's 100% on board, I'm not worried about this one at all. Mm-hmm. But yeah, dude, like, this is the person.
When did we find him?
We found him back in like 2006.
No, it was later than 2006.
We were together, and maybe 2007. I was working at the video store, and I found this comedy video.
Yeah.
And he was the one that, like, immediately we were like, this guy's the best one. He was so freaking
fucking
funny.
Hilarious.
Hilarious. Yeah. And I watched the video again from back then, the YouTube video. I was laughing just as if I heard it the first time.
With the way the world is now, if he's changed
and I'm going to get into that.
Because some of the things he said, as hilarious as they fucking were,
very offensive now.
They can be offensive now, which is fucked up and stupid. If you're a comedian, that's what comedians do. Mm-hmm. And I don't understand why people get offended by, like, if you don't like it, don't go to the show. Don't watch it. Don't listen to it. Like, that shit is funny. And it's a joke. Mm-hmm. They're jokes. So
that's why I can't wait to get this guy on the show. It's going to be fun.
This dude is funny. So
he's fucking hilarious. He says some shit that just, like, makes you think a little bit. And it's just really funny. I can't wait to have a conversation with this guy. It's going to be funny. And I want to know, are you going to be on this interview? Because you enjoyed his comedy as well as I did. This is kind of like what we did when we were drunk. We used to get loaded on vodka in front of kids
and watch all this stuff,
and watch his videos on YouTube and all this other shit, and just watch the DVD back when they were still a thing.
Yeah, because he was around before the kids were born.
Yeah, he was hilarious, man.
So I don't know, maybe I'm just not an interview type person.
Yeah. Well, you can just kind of hang back and throw a question or two out.
But then you get mad at me. Because I don't talk enough. But, like, I'm not an interview type person. As much as I love this guy, he's fucking hilarious, and I enjoy everything. Yeah. I'll sit there and watch his YouTube videos and shit.
He was like our Bill Burr before we found Bill Burr.
I'm not a talker. I talk with you. Yeah. I don't know.
I know. Well, you get nervous, I guess. I don't know.
No, it's just
interviews are easy. Once you get the hang of them, they're pretty easy. You just kind of go with the flow, and there's always a little bit of nerves involved, and even like
I'm excited, though. I'm glad you're getting him on.
Yeah.
So
Well, even people that do other, like, jobs and shit, you know, like, and this is not a job for us, so don't get me wrong when I say that, but people that are, like, boxers or, you know, like, they do, like, other sport and things like that, they always tell you that they get very nervous before they go out there. Like there's a little bit of fear involved, you know, until they go out there and they just go and, you know, do their thing. And that's
I don't get nervous. I'm not a talker if I don't know you.
Yeah, I know. It's
I don't know. I'm weird, man.
It's tough. You just got to kind of go with it and see what happens. See where it takes you, you know. And sometimes when we do our interviews, like I'll start off a little nervous, and then boom, you just start getting into a rhythm.
See, I don't get nervous. The only one I was nervous with was Hillary.
Yeah,
Hillary Banks.
Well, she was a pretty significant star.
But that was our first one, and she was huge for me when I was a kid.
Oh, so. Me too. She's still huge for us now. You can turn on your TV right now. I guarantee you she's on TV right now.
Yeah, that's the only one. That's the only one I was nervous with. So I don't know. Well, it'll be good.
It's going to
be
a
what day
fun
is this?
episode.
You're supposed to record on Tuesday, right?
Recording on Tuesday afternoon, and it'll probably be up later that day, or maybe.
And he's in LA now.
He's in LA. No, he's down with the time I proposed and the day, and it's gonna be really fun. He's gonna download Skype, and we're gonna have a really good recorded conversation. It's gonna come out sounding excellent. So we finally, I think we seemingly got this thing.
Does he know it's you? Because back then we were a different name.
It wasn't. When I looked it up because I had to find his email again, and apparently like I had it like saved or some shit, like a draft or whatever. And I thought I deleted it, but it wasn't there. So I looked at it, and it was under a different email address. It wasn't the Voices Misery Podcast. So now it was sent from our official email. I sent them the links to the site, so we got that.
Our personal email?
No, the podcast email.
Voices I'm so confused. We have so many. Seriously, people, we have so many email accounts.
We only used three.
Three.
We only use three. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well,
and they're all joint.
Yeah.
Which is the most ridiculous thing. But, like, I guarantee we have, like, 10. We don't use them all. But because of, like, WWE Network or whatever, we would do, like, our email, but then do it at gmail.com. Yeah. At yahoo.com.
Yeah, I mean, there's, like, so much shit going on right now. But, I mean, and this is kind of where I wanted to go with this whole thing. Because we talked about this before. And I know we talked about this on the podcast. Are we becoming an interview show? We said we would never do it.
You are.
Well, we said we would never do it.
I said I would never do it. You're turning into it. So that's good for you.
But I've always said in the beginning that I wanted to talk to interesting people that I admire and I enjoy from different walks of life. And so far...
I thought it would be like once a month, maybe. Because I remember back when it first started happening.
It was only supposed to be...
It was supposed to be once every couple months. And now it's once a week.
Once a week now. It's blowing up a little bit. So... I mean, the thing is like... I'm not going to turn one down, and I'm not going to hold them forever. So, I mean, I like to put because like we put out a lot of content, and there's a lot of, the email's blowing up. There's a lot of different things going on, and it's not like we're hurting for guests, we're hurting for listens and downloads and fans and shit like that. I mean, we're doing okay. I'm not trying to say we're a huge podcast. We're not. We're just two idiots that can barely figure out how to stop a buzzing sound on their microphone without help. without people with capes on flying in and saving us and shit.
Oh god.
So it's like we're just a couple of idiots, and we're glad that you enjoy spending your time making yourself feel smarter by listening to us morons. So thank you for that, people. But yeah, man, like as far as the interview thing,
you did Heather, right? Heather Hunter was the one you did.
I did Heather Hunter.
Okay,
yes.
No, shut up. With Big Ray.
Yes.
That was this week?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then we recorded...
Last week we had the conspiracy.
What day is today?
Today's
Friday. Okay, so you did that, and then immediately after we recorded one that's still sitting here.
Yeah.
So at least we have one in the bag. When the hell are we going to release that? Because I think we talked about the damn interview on that damn podcast.
We probably shouldn't talk about that, because that one probably has to go out before this one. So, I mean, right now,
so why did you say the damn day?
We're in the Back to the Future world. Like we're all...
This is a fucking hot mess.
All right, so how about we just put this one out, and then we put the other one out as like an outtake episode,
Okay.
Well, you go ahead and talk for a minute. I'm gonna throw out a tweet to let our people know that we're live on Twitch. Normally I do it before we go on live, but we haven't done it in so long I forgot.
No, see, I think we should put this one out first. And then just throw the other one out whenever the hell we have shit going on.
Okay, well, I mean, let me just go ahead and put this out there, and you just talk about how has your week been so far?
Oh, my week has sucked.
What?
Because I don't know. I don't do anything. I do absolutely nothing. I had the house to myself, and it sucked. It was boring. I don't like when everyone's out of the house.
Well, like,
I cleaned the shit out of that damn bathroom that we have, though. I don't know why the fuck it's so nasty every freaking week.
No, but that is
seriously disgusting. I was like literally on my hands and knees scrubbing the shit out of that bathroom.
Your hands and knees.
I don't know. I'm talking about the master bathroom. I don't know how it gets so bad. I really don't. The kids' bathroom, I understand. Because that one is always disgusting with toothpaste everywhere and hair and whatever. But this one is just
ass
like
hair and shit.
Fucking hell, man.
Well, the thing is like I don't understand how it gets so nasty because like I only piss in there. Like I really don't do number 2 very often, only because I'm on the keto diet and I don't really screw around too much. I don't know what the hell's going on with this stupid thing. I can't figure this goddamn thing out. But like I said, like you really can't
I don't know. It just like
make too much
somehow it gets. It was just bad. Like I literally did the floorboard. I did all of it. And I clean it once a week.
Yeah.
So I don't fucking know. Anyways, I'm documenting it right now that I cleaned it on a Friday. Let's see how long it fucking lasts. Well, because seriously,
I think some things happen because I've been wondering what the hell's going on inside my mouth lately. And when I spit or when I swallow, I have a weird taste in there, and it tastes like I'm swallowing pennies, like copper and blood. And it's because I'm really deep in this ketosis because I am super strict on this keto diet now,
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't fucked up at all. And it's I have this weird taste in my mouth at all times now. And so when I spit, it's red and orange and different colors, and it's a fucking it looks like I'm spitting out fucking I don't know. It's just weird, man. It's I'm spitting out tar, almost like I'm chewing tobacco, but I don't have any tobacco because I don't fuck with that shit.
From your mouth?
Yeah,
or your
from
throat?
my mouth. From my mouth, and my throat's been pretty weird too. So I'm thinking this all ties back to keto in some weird way. And I'm not really losing weight anymore. It just kind of stopped. Like I'm like stagnant.
Oh my god, man! I just really want to strangle you. It's because there's nothing left to lose. Like, well, seriously.
There is some fat left. So like I said, I'm gonna get back on that treadmill.
I sound like I'm the most unsupportive.
You said this before.
Wife ever.
I know.
But like, seriously, I don't understand why you think there's. I don't. Where do you see it?
I see we got someone here live on Twitch. Go ahead and say hello in the chat, friend. Go ahead and say hello.
I was going to say something. I can't remember what the hell it was.
I don't know. This is the problem with our brains, but my brain is actually a little bit better. And I want to go over my week, actually, because I've been under a lot of stress. There's a lot of things going on at my place of business. And I'm not going to talk about work anymore. I'm not going to go in detail because I just don't feel like it. But anyway, some changes are going on, and I've been super paranoid lately because, like, having anxiety, and all this other shit, it does make you more prone to paranoia. And I've been thinking a lot, and I've been having those things where I talked on a previous podcast. No, look who it is. It's our friend Lone Wolf. What's going on, brother? I love this guy, man. He's freaking awesome. Go ahead and type something back. Hello, Wolf. Hey, buddy.
Well, finish what you were saying.
Well, listen, I'm like a person who, like, they're talking and they see, like, a
they hear you.
Shiny light in the side, and you're like, oh, shit, I have to go chase after it, and you forget what the hell you're doing. But anyway, so I'm not going to talk about work anymore because it's just, like, a really annoying topic, and I think about it enough as it is. So anyway, I'm laying in bed the past couple of nights, and, like, what happens is, like, I have these arguments and conversations, and it happens all night long. I go through pretty much every single scenario for every possible outcome and shit like that with every person that I know, and it's crazy because now what happens is, like, I come super prepared for work, and then, like, when something happens that's outside of the norm, I don't know how to react. And I normally know every scenario because I have, like, arguments with people, I get along with them, and there's 20 different things going on. But anyway, I was like, listen, I can't sleep anymore. I've been up the past week. I've been going to bed at like 9, 10 o'clock. And the thing about it is when I do that, I like lay and I toss and turn. Like, you try to help me sleep a little bit. Like you hold me. You're very nice. You hold me. You rub my back. You rub my head. And I fall asleep. Like last night I fell asleep pretty quickly, I guess, right? And I woke up at 11 o'clock. I'm like, wait a second, we just went to sleep. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong? And I had to check the iPad. And I'm like, wait a second, it was only like an hour ago that I fell asleep. And I woke up and I was wide awake. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, dude. Yeah, thank you, Wolf. The fucking anxiety is a piece of shit. And it's like a battle. And that's exactly what it is. It's a battle against yourself. And for me, it's against other people as well. Because it's like, if someone does something to me throughout the day, and it can be very minute and small, but it'll carry throughout the day and for days afterwards. And like I said, I was up really early in the morning, and I just couldn't sleep. And
I know. Well, stop right there because last night, like, you haven't slept at all this week, right?
No.
Period. There's stuff going on that you can't talk about or whatever, and that's fine. But you have not been able to sleep. So finally, last night you fell asleep, and I'm like, okay. He's asleep. I'm going to try to get some sleep. No problem. For once, I actually slept through the night. I don't know how the hell that happened, but I did. And I woke up this morning and I had text from you. And I'm like, what the hell is this? At like 4:30 in the freaking morning. And you're like, make sure I'm up by 7. I have to work. I've been up all night. And I'm like, oh, fuck, man. Like, I don't know. But you did go to the store and get some stuff to help, right?
At least I have the foresight to tell you, because last time when I woke up, I was like, man, I gotta let her know, because sometimes, like, you can hear, like, me listening to something in the morning, like a podcast or something.
Yeah, if I hear a podcast, I know you're awake.
Yeah.
If I don't, then I text you to make sure.
This past week, you haven't heard anything, so I'm like, listen, if I fall asleep at 4 o'clock, I don't want her to just forget about me. But still, I just want to make sure, and I sent you that message, and I didn't want to send it because I'm like, shit, her volume might be up.
No, it's always up at night.
So I sent it, and I'm like, oh crap, and I was like cringing, and then I thought the thing was going to go off, but the light did go off, and it was like right in your face. I'm like, shit, I just woke her up with this goddamn text message. But anyway, long story short, because we just went a little bit on that, I went to the store today, and I went and got CBD again, and it's
about fucking time.
Well, I got sugar-free gummies, and they've got this drink, and it's like 10 whatever the fuck.
The drink you said a few episodes back, maybe 5 or 6 episodes back, that you will never buy again.
It's so expensive, man.
But it works.
Yeah, it's like 10 milligrams, and it's got like a little bit of caffeine in it, but it's got like 10 milligrams of CBD. And it was like a green apple one. It's the only one I've tried so far, but I love green apple. No carbs, no sugar, nothing like that, right? Because I'm on a keto diet. I can't fuck with that shit. So I had 2 gummies, 2 sugar-free gummies, because that's the only ones I'll buy. And they're really strong gummies. And they're not, I mean, like, you don't get high off of these things. I mean, there's no THC in these at all.
Like, why can't you take one to make them last? It doesn't work?
Well, that's a serving size.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I'll try one tomorrow, but I did take 2, and I drank this drink with the CBD shit in there. And within, like, maybe 30 minutes, I felt it, and the burn in my chest went away. Like, the anger went away, and not really, like, the anger just disappeared. I just didn't, like, care as much, and the thoughts slowed down. My brain stopped a little bit. It was kind of like someone just slammed the brakes on, like, you're going 75 and like a 35, and you slam the brakes on, and now you're going the speed limit. That's the way I feel like in my head. I'm going the speed limit finally.
So how big is the package of gummies?
There's 50 gummies in the package.
Oh, okay. So, well, that's good.
I've only taken 2 so far, so there's 48 left.
Do you normally take 2 a day?
Well,
or is
the
suggested
serving size is 2, but maybe I'll take 1 tomorrow.
Yeah, but like, how long does it last? That's what I'm asking. Like,
well,
does it last all day?
I've only taken 2, and I feel good today. But then we started doing the podcast, started drinking a little Bacardi.
No, well, you're drinking that.
Well, I'm drinking Bacardi, so yeah, you're having your normal brew, but I'm drinking Bacardi, clear Bacardi with some sugar-free soda, no carb soda, because that's how I roll nowadays. And it feels good. So yeah, like I just want to give a little update on that. And the thing about CBD oil is
I'm so glad that you got that shit, man.
It really does work, man, because like sometimes what happens when you take medication or anything, and CBD is not medication, it's just something natural you can buy in a store, is once you start taking something, you kind of forget how you were before you started taking it, because it becomes a part of your life, and it's like a normal everyday occurrence or everyday thing, right? So I'm sitting there and I'm taking it, every day for like months, and then when I stopped taking it, because like money was a problem at one point, like we just started hitting like these roadblocks.
And I remember you asking me back then, like, can you tell a difference?
Yeah.
Of when I'm on it and when I'm not? There's a big fucking difference.
Yeah, you said yes, and I was like, nah, because I was used to myself being on it. So you forget
there's
how you
a huge difference. Not that like you're angry or anything at home, but like you shut down and you don't talk.
Yeah.
Like it's different. So like it's a big difference. Like you came home today, you were fine. Like you're still aggravated with the situation.
But it doesn't
like
bother me as much. Like I'm
you're
not
talking and
on
you're
it
like
yet.
your normal self. So.
But over the past week, though, I have been noticing, I'm like, man, I got to do something, because I could feel it. I'm like, why am I getting so upset about dumb shit?
Yeah.
That this shouldn't concern me. Like, things that I shouldn't get so mad about. Like, I should be mad about certain things, but not, like, to this extent where I'm shutting down and just not caring. So I went to the store, got the CBD, got the drink, just to kind of accelerate the process and get it in me. Get it in me quick, just start working.
You drink the whole thing, or did
I
you
drank
say
the whole
something?
thing.
Oh, damn. Okay.
I drank the whole drink, and I only took 2 gummies, and I feel great still to this moment. Like, I feel really good, and now it's working its mojo inside of me, and I think I'll be okay.
Your mojo.
It's working its mojo, man, and right now I feel good, and I hopefully can sleep tonight once we're done with the podcast, and do our little thing, and hopefully have sex, and maybe I can
oh my god, dude, get over yourself.
Over
man.
myself. I'm trying to get up on you, not over myself.
Jesus Christ.
Speaking of which, all right, so this is what
I knew it.
You walked me right into it.
I didn't. You're the one that said it.
And I put this in the notes, ladies and gentlemen, for today's podcast. This is something I wanted to talk about.
See, I hate talking about this shit. You love to bring our bedroom shit right into the forefront of the podcast. No one wants to hear this crap.
People want to hear this, okay? People want to hear this. So, to me, this was hysterical, because last night...
It's funny looking back at it, but...
Yeah, I don't know how the hell I pulled this off, but I was talking to you about, hey, maybe I can get a blowjob tonight, right?
Oh, my God.
And it happened. And it happened really quick, and we got in the bedroom.
Oh my God! All right, we don't need to go into detail.
I laid in the bed and
all right, whatever.
You did an excellent job, by the way.
Okay, great.
And got me to finish really quickly.
Okay, great.
Not even 30 seconds. Like I still have the orgasm tremors where like you're shaking, and I was super sensitive. I'm like, oh my God, that was a good one. Not even a second after I threw the t-shirt on the floor because I used a t-shirt as a rag, you fucking said, what the hell did you say immediately?
I said,
hey, let's buy some chairs tomorrow. Let's buy some chairs. I mean, dude, I just blew a nice freaking hello in a t-shirt. Like a gentleman, I blew it in a t-shirt.
Oh.
And the first thing you say is, hey, let's go buy some chairs tomorrow. Like, what the fuck? What does that have to do with anything? Because, like, that is the moment. That is the moment of my life where, like, I just left my, like my essence left my body, went into a dirty old t-shirt.
You're the only one that cares. You have
you
to...
go right back to, like, civilian life after being a slut for 30 seconds. So you go right back to civilian life.
Listen,
here's my chairs.
We are built very differently. We were raised differently or something. I don't talk about that type of shit. It makes me uncomfortable. I just don't do it. That's how I am. I don't know why. That's just how I am.
Yeah.
And but you will go through all that and then lay there and want to talk about it, like, in detail.
It's
and
a
I'm
recap
just
show.
like,
It's
no.
a recap show. It's like ESPN.
Who
Like
does that?
It's ESPN.
Who does that, man? Who sits there and is like, oh, well, I can't believe we just did this, or you were so good, or blah, blah, blah. No, shut up. I don't want to hear.
I'm telling you, it's like ESPN after, like, a Monday night football game. You have to talk about the stats. You got to talk about the
step
first
by
quarter,
step.
second quarter,
that's
third
not how
quarter,
I
fourth
am.
quarter, what happens next week.
We've been together so freaking
Pro
long.
Bowl.
You think you would know by now, but you still can't help yourself to say something afterwards. So instead of waiting for you to freaking say something,
what's the first question I ask you?
How about we get some fucking chairs tomorrow for the freaking...
What's the first question to ask you? Did you fake it?
Yeah. You know,
did you fake it?
This is so stupid.
You did, you bitch.
This is such a stupid topic.
You faked it.
Oh, hell, man.
I love it, though. It's
I
funny.
can't believe you brought that up. Like, what's
I told you I was
going
to do it. Now, immediately after you said that, I'm like, wait, we got to talk about this on the podcast. That's
God
exactly what
damn
I
it. Man, I can't do nothing because it gets brought up on here for everyone to hear.
Well, you're the one that said, let's go get chairs immediately after an orgasm.
It was immediate.
It was immediate. It was like, dude, like, it was still leaking, and you're like talking about the fucking chairs. Dude, that would be a great idea, Wolf. We should start something up like that, man. Entertainment Sex Podcast Network, dude. I'm telling you. Actually, we're kind of headed down that path as it is. We had about
because of you and freaking Big Ray that keeps coming on here talking kink or shit. I'm like so uncomfortable with how things are going. I don't know what to do with myself anymore.
We do have a big time comedian coming up, and I can't wait for that episode, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be so much fun. A lot of laughter will be had, and we're going to talk about a lot of different things. So he's going to talk about his life growing up, his struggles as a comedian, his still struggles as a comedian, because for some reason this guy, we think he's freaking hysterical, but he hasn't quite hit
his name's not out there.
Yeah, he hasn't hit that level where it's like you're
Which
on.
I don't
get it. He's so funny. Like, this guy is fucking hysterical. Why didn't he hit that next
Do
gear?
some more research. Maybe there's issues. Maybe there's things he's struggling with or something.
That's one thing I do. That's one thing I do before I do an interview. I do my due diligence. So we are going to make sure that we do some research. And you're still undecided if you want to get on that one or not.
I want to because I like him a lot, but I'm not an interview person. I sit here and I be quiet and I laugh. Mm-hmm. I listen. Like, it's weird. I don't know. Don't force me to do it.
Well, then maybe I can make you my Jamie, so to speak. And a lot of podcast fans out there will understand what Jamie is. Joe Rogan has this guy named Jamie that he goes, hey, Jamie, pull this up. Maybe you could be like my pull-up person.
Oh, I can do that.
Or like I ask you to pull something
during
up.
During an interview, I can do that.
Yeah, like I ask you to pull something up and you pull it up and then we all laugh about it. So maybe that's what your role could be during these interviews.
That might be cool.
What about the porn interviews? You going to do it during the porn interviews?
Nope. Absolutely not.
Hey, pull a fleshlight.
Absolutely not. I don't know what that is, but it sounds nasty and no.
Hey, pull a pocket pussy.
Nope. Absolutely. Okay, can we talk about that?
Go ahead. The floor is yours. You tell this story.
Yesterday. Okay, so you have, and I know we explained it before, that at your job, you have like a point system. So if you sell certain items or whatever, you get points. They accumulate, and you can then turn those points into actual money. So you can get a gift card for Old Navy or Target or Home Depot, restaurants, whatever. You ended up getting a crap load of points. Again, this is like, I think the third time this month, which is amazing.
Yeah. Like $400 worth of money this month.
Because it helped us a lot with the school shopping. So we're done with the school shopping. So we were sitting there, and you had these points, and we're trying to figure out what to get. So we were looking all over the place. Like, well, we could do Target, or we could do Amazon. And, like, out of nowhere, you're sitting there like, well, I can get a pocket pussy for cheap. And I'm like...
No, I said fleshlight. Didn't I say fleshlight?
No, that is not what you said.
What about the Starlet's Joker from our friend Sarah J?
That's not what you said either. Okay. Because, man, something like that I remember. And I just looked at you and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And you burst out laughing. I'm just joking.
I actually wasn't looking at that either. I just kind of threw that out there. I was looking at custom t-shirts.
Man, like, I don't know what's going on with you.
I don't know, man. Like, I think I'm getting older and just demented. Like, my brain is just fucking fried eggs, man. Like, at this point,
Where you think about one thing and one thing. Well, you're a man. So.
No, it's not even that. Because I was actually looking at the custom t-shirts. Because
I thought this shit was supposed to stop.
I don't know with me, man. I think I might die.
You're fucking 37, right?
Oh, yeah, pretty much. I'm pretty old.
When the hell
goddamn old.
Does it fucking stop?
I don't think it's going to stop. I really don't. But I do want to take a second here, and I want to say, ladies and gentlemen, people that are listening live on Twitch aren't hearing what is going to be played on the Apple podcast version, or just the podcast version in general. We do have a new introduction from Stevie Richards, and thank you, Stevie Richards. You're a good friend of the show, and hopefully we can get you on. Suppose, from what I'm told, he's coming on the show, which would be pretty damn cool.
Wait, what?
Well, Ray told me that Stevie's coming on the show, but I don't know what the hell's going on with that. He told me this like a little bit before we got on the show.
Big Ray is just like...
He's out there just
doing stuff.
Just making things happen for us. So, I mean, shit. I love Stevie. I think he's a great guy, man. He's great. He's a hell of a hand.
There's a couple people over there, I think.
Guys go, they're all great hands.
We're
good hands.
I think there's a couple people over there that are getting a little jelly, though. They're getting a little jealous.
There's one in particular.
There's a couple, because someone else has said, well, they're picking the wrong people to be interviewing.
That was Andrew Bello.
Yeah,
it was because we picked Rays, and it's like a Ray thing. He's like we're discriminating against people not named Ray. We had Big Ray.
Yeah, but
Billy
everyone
Ray.
else talks about wrestling, right?
Yeah,
we don't talk about wrestling.
We don't care much about it.
Maybe we can interview one of them when it gets closer to the next pay-per-view. What's the next pay-per-view?
I don't even know.
Stomping Grounds?
Something like that.
Is it?
Stomping Grounds.
What is it? I don't know. There's
King of the Ring.
There's one a month.
I'm just saying names out right now.
Yeah.
WrestleMania,
King of the Ring,
Wrestle Kingdom, AEW. Did I nail them all? Did I nail them all already? Speaking of AEW, CM Punk.
Oh my God!
He's coming back to do an interview. About he's not wrestling, supposedly.
Oh, for fuck's sakes! Then who cares?
He did a video, like a short introduction video thing, I guess, where he was in the ring and doing like dumb shit, like act like he couldn't climb the ropes anymore or run the ropes, and he like did a thing where he fell. It was like a joke spot thing, but he's doing an interview with that. Hey, it's Conrad Thompson, that guy, the podcast I listen to. And they're doing an interview, like a 90-minute thing for StarCast in Chicago. But
that's all he's doing?
I don't think it's going to lead to anything else. I don't think he's going to wrestle.
Well, then fucking go away.
He was never a good wrestler.
Why are you coming? No,
good personality, but terrible wrestler.
But don't they have a pay-per-view or a show?
They've got a show the next day.
Okay, so you mean he's not going to come out at all?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. The thing is, like, the guy's made enough money in wrestling. I mean, he's not like a Hulk Hogan or a Cena, but he's got enough money to live the rest of his life okay, as long as he stays modest.
Now, the website that we use, can you get those pay-per-views on the website that we use? Because we don't use the network anymore?
I would have to think so, yeah. AEW. Okay. But do you really want to watch an AEW pay-per-view on that shit?
Well, people seem to be saying that it's better than freaking... WWE right now, and WWE is ass.
The thing about better is subjective, obviously. I mean, what's good
I would
for
like
some
to
isn't good
watch
for
it
others.
and just try.
It's going to be on network TV, so it's going to be on like TNT, I think, whatever the network was that used to have WCW wrestling on.
Okay.
So these guys are going to put on a pay-per-view, and I mean, the thing about them is like they have better athletes that are allowed to do what they can do. Like, they have their natural abilities, and they go, all right, just go ahead and do a match. But this person's going to win. And I guess you get more creative, artistic freedom as to how the match goes. So, for instance, in WWE, if, like, Ricochet's fighting AJ Styles, those guys could probably put on the best match of all time.
Yeah.
But they're going to say, all right, AJ, you fight Ricochet, but then you're going to do this, and at this point in the match you do this, and the referee's going to tell you when to do this, and it's like they're kind of really
so it's
scripted.
not scripted over there?
Well, it's scripted, but they get more freedom. Like, okay, so we're going to give you guys the finish of the match, and you do the rest.
Oh, see? No, that's probably cool to watch.
Yeah, I'm sure it is, but then that's when you get the dumb shit in wrestling that I hate. 50,000 kickouts, guys that don't know how to sell, and it's like, all right.
Well, I mean, WWE does that
They do
now.
the same thing, too. So it's like wrestling in general just kind of mutated to a point where, like, people just don't know how to lay down. I mean, you got to think of it this way. In a real fight, if someone gets punched in the face, they're probably going to go down. But in wrestling, it's like you get hit 10 times with a steel chair, and then you get put in a finishing move, and then you get fucking launched off the top of the fucking arena and onto the plate of steel tacks and glass and chairs and tables and shit, and you kick out. But then, like, later on, like, you can just do a Superman comeback, and I understand, you know, it's the whole, like I'm not naive. I used to be a huge wrestling fan. I still, you know, keep up with it to this day, but I don't really watch it as much. But you got, you know, you have to have this whole, like, good guy versus bad guy thing and overcoming the odds and shit like that, but it's to the point now where it's just absolutely insane. I mean, like, I miss the days when, like, a finisher would put someone down, like Hulk Hogan would come off the ropes with a leg drop. And that was it. That was all she wrote. Nowadays, a leg drop is a fucking
How many
punch.
super kicks do you see per episode?
Yeah. When Shawn Michaels hit that super kick, it was like getting hit in the face with a fucking shotgun, man. Like, you
but
were
the
not getting up.
Usos do it now. Dolph Ziggler does it now.
The super kick replaced the punch. It replaced a punch in the face.
It's all the fucking time.
It's all the... Yeah, exactly. And, like, those guys in AEW, they do it the most. What the fuck are their names? Those dudes, they're like the leaders of it. Them and Cody Rhodes, the fucking... the brothers.
You're looking at me like I know what... I don't know anything about it.
Nick Jackson and Matt Jackson. The fuck are their names? I can't remember their names. I know their real names, not their tag team name, but those guys, they do this fucking super kick party or whatever the fuck their names are. But that's what they do. And they throw the super kick like it's a punch now, and like it's like that move used to put people down. The DDT, Jake the Snake Roberts used to fucking put people to sleep with that shit, like kill them. Nowadays it's just a setup move, you know. And I understand that wrestling evolves, and you know everything evolves in life. All sorts of entertainment, all forms of it, they evolve. But that in general, man, it's like it's just to a point now where it's just insane.
The Young Bucks.
The Young Bucks. There you go. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
Thank you. He bailed me out big time on that one, man. Thank you, Wolf. The Young Bucks. Fucking hey, man. Yeah, thank you, man. Like, and there is like a severe like wave going over my brain of freaking pleasure or some DMT just waved over my head because of that. Because I would have been up all night long trying to figure out what the hell their names were. And I said Nick and Matt Jackson. I knew their real names, but thank you. But yeah, so we will be checking out AEW, and maybe
I would like to at least watch it once or twice,
Yeah.
just to see if it's any better, because I've heard it's better than Raw and SmackDown. And Raw and SmackDown, have been extremely boring to the point where we record it and I don't even watch anymore. I immediately delete it. I don't even fast forward.
A fucking root canal is better than Raw and SmackDown at this point.
I don't want, I literally have no idea what the storylines are going into September's pay-per-view, whatever the hell that pay-per-view is. I have no clue. So, I don't know. I would like to watch it, but
well, we can definitely give it a shot.
It's become ass lately.
Yeah, we can definitely give it a shot when it comes out, because I do want to be enlightened, because we have a lot of friends in the wrestling industry, and we want to support, wrestling, obviously, and I would like to get back into it, because there's not much. I feel like a bunch of idiots,
because we don't talk about wrestling.
Well, there's not much that we watch anymore. Like, we're just old, bitter, and stupid. We don't care about anything, man.
Jeez.
I just want to get in your pants all the time. And
oh my god. It's like it's never going to stop.
It's like,
it is never going to fucking stop.
It's a perfect storm. And speaking of storms,
this podcast never had that shit in the beginning.
It always did.
I don't think so.
We just didn't think about it until people pointed it out.
Big Ray pointed it out because he's kinker too.
Well, Big Ray said, hey, this podcast is about a guy trying to fuck his wife.
Exactly. And now it's gotten like a million times worse. Yeah. So for the listeners, I am very sorry. He just keeps on doing his thing.
All right. Well, I was trying to segue into storms, but then you were just burying me.
All right.
Another wrestling terminology. But anyway, we do have the storm coming. What the hell is it? Storm? What the hell?
Dorian.
Dorian, okay. And Dorian is also a character from the Elder Scrolls video game. Who we stole
Dude,
millions
do you
of dollars
remember
from.
that?
Yeah, we talked about that in a previous podcast.
That was
Which
so
one was
much
it?
fun.
Was it? It wasn't Skyrim. It was
Oblivion.
Oblivion. Yeah, there was a character named Dorian in the game where you
He
can
was like
stun
Imperial
him.
City or something.
Yeah, you go into his house. He goes, "Get out of here!" And before he turns around or something, like you had to time it perfectly. You had to paralyze him before his body hits the ground. You could loot his body and put the money back.
He would
loot,
just
put it
fall
back,
like a
loot.
statue.
Yeah, like you put it back, loot it, and the money always multiplied every time you did it or something. So you could be a millionaire within 10 minutes of playing the game.
That was so much fun.
Yeah, so we have Hurricane Dorian, and finally, Puerto Rico, thank goodness, my people did not get destroyed for once by a goddamn hurricane. It passed through them without any kind of pain or suffering or anything like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You sure?
Well, they didn't get hit for once. Like, they felt like they got through this one pretty lucky from what I saw in the news, but then again, the news is, strange.
It's heading for the Bahamas right now, I
Yeah.
think.
So what is it right now? A category 3?
I think it's a 3. And then by the time it hits Florida, according to this news station, it's supposed to be a 4.
Okay.
But as it hits land, it always like kind of slows down a little bit. And then because the stupid, what is that? Warm front. Is that what we have right there?
Yep.
The warm front moved to the east a little bit, which means the hurricane is now going to hit Florida and then go north.
Oh.
But it's still a couple days out, which means we learned from last year with Hurricane Florence that things can change
Yeah.
day to day, because we were supposed to get hit dead on category 5 last year from Florence, and something happened with the weather and we got it as, I think it was category 3 or 2.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Well,
so like I'm not, this one right now I'm not worried about it. Like I don't worry until like the week before it gets here. It's like days out still. It hasn't even hit Florida. It's not going to hit Florida until I think Sunday.
one thing I do want to bring up about these storms is it brings out the douchiest people. Because last year, we had the neighbor across the street from us, and the guy, and I'm just going to call him the guy because he was the guy in the neighborhood. He was this older man
Yeah.
who would actually, let's call him the conversation piece. Because anytime you saw people talking in the neighborhood on our block, he was always in the middle of it. He was very animated. He's throwing his hands around. He was very loud and boisterous, very flamboyant. Just an old man. And he would cut everyone's lawn and shit and just be super fucking annoying and friendly, which I hate. And, I mean,
Okay.
he was friendly. To us, he was super annoying.
Okay, thank you.
So,
He was a very nice person. We don't like
we don't like nice people.
We don't like people in your face. And That's what he was.
He was very in your face. So the storm comes in, and days before they announced last year's hurricane in the area, he had his house boarded up a week before the goddamn storm even hit. And he was helping everyone in the neighborhood.
That was a little smart,
windows.
though, don't you think?
Not really, because they had use fucking hammers and all sorts of shit to get it off, and we didn't do anything, and we didn't get hit, and we didn't lose anything. So who's the smart ass now? They're the ones.
Better to be more prepared than to get screwed.
But you're sitting in a house, the fucking Nazis are coming to town,
God.
fucking marching down the street with their guns and shit, like we're in World War fucking 3.
Listen,
Got your house boarded up.
Do you remember Florence?
Where the fuck is Anne Frank hiding? What the fuck happened?
Do you remember? It was supposed to hit us at a category 5.
Yeah.
Right. They were saying that for weeks, if you can recall.
And it was a whimper when it came in. It was nothing.
For weeks, they were everyone was freaking, all hell was breaking loose. I was even nervous. I'm like, oh, fuck, we are screwed.
Because you watch TV, you get caught up. I don't watch TV, so I was whatever.
It hit North Carolina, screwed the hell out of them.
Yeah, North Carolina got fucked.
Yeah, but by the time it moved down, we were okay. But it was supposed to be category 5 all the way through or something ridiculous. Man, that was scary last year, but we got through it. And this one, it's just a matter of that warm front that's sitting there and which way it's going to move. If it's going to move again and blah, blah, I hate that. So you never know. You have to watch it every day because you don't know which way it's going to go.
Now, my question to you is this. Do you think people want something catastrophic to happen so they can have something to talk about?
You say that, but no, I don't think so.
This is my theory on it now. The way America is now, with people always pointing fingers and shit like that and being offended and hurting, and just being hurt and trying to take other people down, I think people like playing the role of the victim. And maybe this is their way of being this huge victim. Oh, the storm took my house down. Look at me. I need to be, taken care of. I need to be the sympathetic role. I really think people want to feel like people need to feel sorry for them. I think they love that shit. I think they get off on it, man, because
what
that's
would
the way
you
it is
do
now.
though if our house got demolished? You wouldn't be out there saying that.
I wouldn't be on the news. I would probably be like, fuck, what do we do next? And we'd figure it out ourselves like we always do. We wouldn't be out there crying for help because we've never done it before. We would
need help. If our house was demolished, we would need fucking help.
Well, the first thing I would do is call our insurance company and they'd fix the house.
Which,
I wouldn't worry about it.
We'd be fucked because we got like the lowest insurance
fucking
possible.
Well, we may have to all sleep in the same room, but we'd have a house, we'd have 4 walls.
Listen,
we'd have a fucking room.
When you are fucking cheap, you're cheap.
Yeah.
And then, whatever happens. But this one, I'm not worried about this one at all. So we'll see what happens. I'm worried for Florida, and that's a reason why I will never, ever move down there. I will never move there. Any Florida listeners, man, I hope everyone's okay after this is gone. Because, that would terrify me. You can get hit on Florida, from 3 or 4 different, they're all different directions. I couldn't live somewhere like that.
Yeah,
and it's so
sucks.
long and skinny that a hurricane
You talking about my dick? You talking about my dick?
Shut
you
up.
About Florida.
A storm could just cover the whole damn state, and I can't.
Yeah, you see, I mean,
you want to move down there so badly. I
do.
I can't.
I have very fond memories of Florida, so I really do. I loved it. I used to go down there every year from the time I was 18 to 21. I just enjoyed going down there.
It's a beautiful place.
I love it there.
Because of the storms, not because of anything else. Because of those storms, I would not want to move down there.
There's really not many places in America you can live without a storm, without a problem. If you go to Northeast, I love the city. I love the city life. I love New York. You get snow.
You figure there are people that live everywhere, right? And there's all sorts of different catastrophic events that happen.
Yeah.
All these people survive. So if we moved down to Florida, I'm sure we would be fine. I'm just too afraid to do it.
I don't know. I mean, you're always going to have a problem no matter where you are. I mean, you can have a mansion.
I wish we could move to California. If I didn't get motion sickness.
You know how fucking high I'd be right now? I wouldn't. Well, there would be no alcohol on this table right now. There would be a couple of brownies and cookies, and I'd be fucking smashed, dude. I'd be talking about trying to figure out if cash is real or not.
Oh my god!
Hey, dude, is money real?
You stole that from somebody. Who was that?
I stole it from what the fuck podcast was that? It was the
Joe Rogan.
No, it wasn't Rogan.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't. No, it was a Crab Feast guy.
Are you sure?
It was a Crab Feast guy. What the fuck was his name? Whatever the hell that podcast name is. It was that guy who was he was all high and he was talking about Poo Poo Kitty. When he threw the cat in the fire.
Oh shit!
It was that one. He was
That's
right.
He
was I was eating brownie.
You stopped listening to that. Thank fucking God, because
the podcast died. The podcast died. They got rid of it and became the guy split up and it became something else. Because that's what happens to good podcasts.
Man.
Yeah, he was trying to figure out.
I remember.
That's
all
right.
I forgot about that damn story. You brought it up, and now I'm depressed again.
But you see, that's what's called giving respect. Now here's another one.
Oh,
okay,
God.
so here's something that I wanted to talk to you about. So, I learned another new word at work today. Okay,
Lord help us all.
A phrase, okay.
What's the phrase? You've been saying yoked, so that's
yoked.
Your new word.
I'm fucking yoked.
And bay.
Bay. Okay, so bay and yoked are two things that I learned from young people at work. No.
This is 2019. He's using 2010 words. So, but go on.
This one I know I've heard before in the past. I've heard old men say it. I'm pretty sure I've heard old men say it to women before as a demeaning term. But okay, so I don't even know how to introduce this one because it's a weird one.
Just say it.
So let's just say I'm sitting there and I'm looking out the window and I see a girl walk by. She's got she looks hot. She's walking her dog and she's got cut off Daisy Dukes, like a hot Southern chick look or whatever. And I'm like, man, that girl is sex on legs. Sex on legs. What the fuck does that mean? It's so funny though.
You hear this shit at work?
I heard that one at work. Yes, sex on legs. What the fuck is sex on legs? What the
I've never
fuck
heard
does
that
mean?
in my life. I've heard of
sex on legs. I mean,
God.
If there isn't a more demeaning term for a woman, what else is there? What kind of grown man or anybody that calls another human being sex on legs, that's pretty much taking every human aspect out of them, like every rational thought, and just turning them into like one thing that they can do, and that's just be sex on legs.
Man, you're weird.
Do you have any thoughts about that? Sex
you're
on
a
legs?
fucking weirdo.
So,
I don't know why you're picking up these terms. Why are these people coming into your store saying stuff like that?
What happens?
Who? Okay, no, shut up. Who were they talking about?
They were talking about a woman that came into the store.
So some hot bitch came into the store,
the
customer is like, "Man, she's sex on legs."
Sex on legs.
Oh my god!
And I completely lost it because like.
And how old was this guy?
Older.
Older than you?
Yeah, not much older, but.
Oh my god! What is happening to the world, man?
But what the hell does sex on legs mean? Man, that's girl sex on legs. You know, like what the fuck does that mean?
Man.
What do you think about the term? So, like, what do you think about the term? Like, how would you feel if I called you sex on legs? Like, what does that mean to you?
How would disgusting. That make you feel? Like, why do you have to look at me like that?
Sex on legs. It's just it's so
stupid.
Weird.
Like, men have some weird fucking terms for women.
You don't think it's funny at all?
No. I'm a woman, man. It's not funny. That's like very demeaning. Like,
oh man,
no.
I think it's
like she's being looked at like an object.
Yeah, like an object. Like you're not even a human being at this point. You're just sex on legs.
God, man. The fucking terms people use, I just don't understand it.
What kind of human being? I mean, like the thing is, like that's someone's daughter you're talking about. That's like a kid. That's
and it's some
kid.
Old guy. And how old was she?
I have no idea. I'm not even gonna take a guess.
Oh my god.
Like that's
so ridiculous.
Like that's someone's daughter. You're calling her sex on legs.
You are like laughing your ass off. Like sex I don't get it. You're fucking weirdo, man.
Sex on legs. What the fuck?
You have fucking issues,
man. How fucked up is that? Well, anyway.
I think it's the area. I think it's Georgetown.
Oh, God.
Georgetown is warping your mind.
I just think it's hysterical. Sex on legs. It's like this guy, like, man, that girl, sex on legs, dude. See, you're laughing. You think it's funny. Oh, man.
Oh, my God. I can't even.
Yeah. Well, he's right. I mean, it is. It's 2019. And by the way, Wolf, did you see the Dave Chappelle special? Because I'm about 20 minutes into it, and man, he is going really, really far into what I used to enjoy as a kid. I mean, I used to like when comedians could come out there, and then we're going to talk to our comedian guest about this on Tuesday or Wednesday. It's going to be Tuesday, but just in case some scheduling, conflicts happen, it'll be Wednesday. We're going to talk to him about this kind of thing and be like, hey, dude, listen. Do you find, comedy hard now as opposed to being easy when you can say offensive things and be funny? I think as long as if you're creative, you can make it work in your act and people enjoy it, I think you can be successful. But nowadays, people are just so fucking head over heels bent out of shape. You can't say
what's on your mind anymore. Oh, well, we do now.
Yeah, we do it. Yeah, for sure.
But what the fuck was that?
That was our...
What the hell does that mean?
Our Twitch app, actually. Yeah, but no, that's okay. Keep going.
Our Twitch is done. Well, don't put it back up because it's late for bedtime. What were we saying?
We were talking about people being offended and comedy and things like that.
Oh yeah, well, man, I'm over it. I'm sick of it. You got to be careful with everything that you say now. Like, we're not in the public eye.
Yeah.
Thankfully, so we can say whatever the fuck we want. People get offended. Whatever. Go to the next podcast. There are a gazillion podcasts. Podcasts have been around for years and years and years. You can go find something that suits your needs. But, I don't know. These poor comedians, I feel bad. And I know I've said it before, that Kevin Hart, and I'm bringing him up because it's recent, that he just got demolished for nothing.
And Dave Chappelle made fun of him too. He really went at everybody in that one.
And that's fine. But it's just shut up. Why do you have to go after someone no, just shut up.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a quick
thought we were back.
Well, we're back live on Twitch, and we have to explain something. You were mid sentence there for a second, but I do feel like we have to stop for a second and explain because we're professionals,
Yeah, We sound like it.
We're sitting here talking, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait a second, what the hell happened to the Twitch feed? The Twitch feed died, everything died. And apparently Spectrum decided to have a really cool moment where they crapped out yet again, and everything just stopped. So the internet stopped for a moment, and we had to go ahead and take a moment from the Twitch feed, take a moment from the podcast, and just reset things a couple of times because it's like revving a freaking
Spectrum
lawnmower
is ass.
Yeah,
we have to reset it at least twice a week, I think, and that's been forever.
Worse. It's getting worse.
It's been that way since we've been down here, but I remember doing it up north as well, resetting the whole box.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the hell is wrong with our damn internet. It's the fastest internet that you can get.
But I mean, like, what good is speed if you can't
use it?
Exactly.
I don't know. I don't know.
That's like having the fastest car in the world with no gas.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it's like.
I agree with that.
And we had some good content going. We had some good back and forth with our listeners. So hopefully they come back from the Twitch feed.
Yeah, that
come back in. But anyway, you were talking about people being sensitive with comedy and how you wish they would just shut up. Do you want to continue on that, or?
I don't remember exactly what I said, but I'm over it. I'm over people being offended by every goddamn thing, and I think we talk about that a lot.
It's currency and points, and
just shut the fuck up. If you don't like it, then just don't fucking go and watch it. Don't go see it. Don't listen to it. Offended. Whatever.
Like, we're older, and we come from a different time. Like, you were born in '79.
We weren't offended by I mean, not to the point where we had to go throw fucking.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Back in the day, people
fucking
protested.
Picket lines and shit because you're offended by something that someone said. Comedy is comedy. And this shit is funny.
Well, back in the day, people protested, but they did things in a different way. Nowadays, people protest online, and they form these unique groups of people where you go into these tribes and everyone subscribes to the same notion. And what happens is you've got the elites on one side and the elites on the other side, and they have these really lame battles where they fucking use words to attack each other. And if you don't believe in their ideologies, what happens is you get knocked down a few pegs, and each person tries to score points in the other one by pointing out the flaws in the other side. And there really are no flaws. It's just basically oh, I'm offended. It's all personal beliefs that you're trying to infringe on others. Oh, well, I don't like the way you wear that outfit. I don't like the way you wear your outfit. Okay, so you're wrong. No, you're wrong. And it's like a hair pulling contest. It's dumb. It's really lame, and it comes off as very weak and pathetic. That's just the way I see it. It's not like a "don't tread on me" thing from way back when, or
I see what you're saying, but
there's no movements happening.
I'm more upset about the comedians freaking getting shit on. When it's supposed to be a joke, you can't. No one can take a fucking joke anymore.
It's an art form. It really is. I think comedy is an art. I can say the same joke, the person that we're having on is saying it, but he just says it in a way with a flair that he'll say
it's
it funnier.
Fucking funny.
He'll say it hilarious. I can say the exact same line because I can watch his whole skit and learn it, but I can't deliver it the same way he does because there's an art to it. There's an art form. There's levels to comedy. There really is. There are levels.
And if you go back and you watch those videos on YouTube, people are laughing hysterically. Yeah. Every race, male, female, didn't matter. It did not matter. And for some reason, you can't do that anymore. No. So what are comedians going to do? And I'm liking the whole Netflix special thing where they're paying all these comedians to come out and do a special, right?
And they are hands off.
And they're doing
hands off for the most part.
Dave Chappelle just came out with one. Mm-hmm. Bill Burr, who's one of my favorites, is coming out September 10th with one.
And my all-time favorite, Eddie fucking Murphy.
I'm curious, and I've heard from what you were listening to, the Dave Chappelle one, and he didn't hold back, and he said what he had to say, and good for him. I'm curious about the other two. What they're going to say.
So stop you really quick for 1 second. Thank you guys for coming back to the live Twitch feed of the Voices of Misery podcast. We had some technical difficulties, and I'm glad you guys saw the Twitter post that I put out that Spectrum just kind of screwed up and crapped out. We have storms coming our way eventually, and what we're trying to do is get this podcast out for all of our people to interact with you, and just have a good time tonight like we always do. We got a few drinks going, and it's an awesome time. So thanks for coming back, and I'm going to let the Nerdette continue her story. I just want to say thank you for coming back, and this is what happened. The internet just crapped out, and we fixed it. So a couple of, restarts and shit like that. We're back up, so go ahead, Nerdette.
Well, no, I'm waiting for the other comedian special, because they came out with Ellen. Ellen came out.
Yeah, she did.
And hers wasn't bad. She's not a comedian that I follow. I like her talk show. She's just not a comedian that I follow.
She was never funny.
She had a couple, I think maybe 2 jokes that I laughed at. But whatever, good for her for coming out and doing a special. Ray Romano is another comedian that I don't necessarily follow, but I watched it, and his wasn't that bad. His was kind of funny.
Yeah.
But Dave Chappelle pretty much nailed everybody, which I thought was great. Like, good for him for not, like...
For not holding back.
Yeah, like, not worrying about what other people think. That's the way it's supposed to be.
Well...
Like, if you don't like it, you know, when you buy a ticket to see somebody, you buy a ticket because you like that person, and you know the type of comedian that they're going to be, right?
Best joke of that whole thing was in the very beginning. He's like, "Don't be mad at me. You clicked on my face, motherfuckers."
Exactly.
Exactly. But,
you bought my ticket, so don't go being pissed off because of something that I'm saying. So, like, I'm happy all these comedians are coming out and saying something. I really kind of wish that they would do a Kevin Hart one.
But people look for a reason to be offended. They look for it. They will. All right. Well, I know I don't like Dave Chappelle. I know he says the N word a lot. I know he says this word a lot. I know he says that word a lot. He calls women the B word.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna watch it anyway, and then complain that I watched it. It's such a weird world that we live in right now. It's so strange. It really is, because people will watch things that they hate to be pissed off and on purpose. And I'm guilty of it too sometimes. Where you'll say something to me and be like, "Well, why are you watching this if you hate it so much?" Because I want to be pissed off. I'll just say it, but I won't go online.
You do say that, but I can't remember what the hell it is.
I don't like.
You say that though.
I think it's when the football season comes around. I watch the Giants.
No, it's more than that.
I don't know.
I don't know what
like,
it is.
I mean it more in jest than I do, because like I don't like go out with my clipboard and try to call for people's jobs because I hate something. You know, like I understand it's entertainment.
Is it Good Girls?
No, not Good Girls. Like I hate certain characters, but I don't hate the show. But there's some things out there, and like I don't, and I'm just using that as like a little comparison, because like I may watch some things that I hate just because like. Not that I like to complain, just because I want to see how certain things play off. Like, if I really truly hate something, like I hate The Walking Dead, I'll just stop watching it.
Oh my God, that's coming back very soon.
Yeah, like I'll stop watching it. But some people will watch things intentionally to get offended because they like being offended. They love to have that platform. They like to go on that soapbox with that clipboard in their hands, put their arm up in the air like the Statue of fucking Liberty, and tell people how they should live their lives. And people want other people to live their lives according to their own beliefs and circumstances. So, for instance, that one that we listened to where the guy was like, "Hey, everybody, stop, because you talking is really triggering my anxiety." And this was a couple episodes ago where we played the clip live. And that guy was just, oh my goodness, holy shit, what's going on here? We got our most listeners on Twitch ever. Hello, everybody. But he
obnoxious.
Very fucking obnoxious. And he wanted people to stop talking. So when people were talking, I guess it triggered his anxiety. So it's like, oh, boo, fucking who. You're in a room full of 100 people. Not everyone's going to stop what they're doing because of you. You're not special. And you don't matter. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, every person's special. But in the grand scheme of things, you're one little drop of blood in a big pool of water. You know, like, sure, you stand out because you're acting like an asshole, but you're not more important than the surrounding parts around you. So that's what I'm trying to say, is like, people need to just take a step back. Let other people have enjoyment in life, whether it's rude, crude humor, or whether it's sex, or whether it's drugs or alcohol, whatever. Let people.
Did our parents get offended by stuff?
I'm sure they did.
Because when I was being raised, I don't remember them ever being pissed off about something that was said on TV. Yeah. Like I'm trying to think, and like I don't remember any of that happening.
My dad used to watch The Honeymooners. Where it's like, boom, pow, Alice, and I'm going to knock you to the moon. And
I remember that.
It was a man threatening to beat the shit out of his wife on TV, and people laughed.
My dad still says that. My dad still, to this day, says that. Yeah. To the moon, Alice. Yeah. And he'll say it to my stepmother.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there laughing. But, like, he literally still says that. And it's just like, well, that's no big deal. You know, so I don't freaking know. It's weird. It's just fucking weird how it was okay back then, but all of a sudden.
I guarantee you, in about 20 years, the kids are going to say, "My dad still watches Married with Children when Al would talk to Peg a certain way and blah, blah, blah. Men don't even talk to women. Men are all castrated at birth now because that's how men are raised now, you know, because that's always going to be in the future." So it's going to be the same thing. I mean, we go through cycles as people, but This is just a weird, dangerous path I think we're going down. I really think we're going down a path where we can't come out of this because like, we're going so far left or just so far into the socialist atmosphere where people have to accept it. If you don't accept it, you're immediately like an alien. You know, like you don't belong anymore if you don't have this ideology that everyone else has.
People have to go online and get their opinion heard. Like, what is it about likes that people like? Like, I don't know.
Because like is a currency. So let's just say, for instance, you say something, and I say the same exact thing you said, the same exact words, the same exact capitalization, punctuation, apostrophes, and everything's put in the exact same place. Like I copied and pasted your comment on my page. You had 199 comments. I got 251 comments or likes or whatever.
So
hearts.
I would be pissed off.
You'd be pissed because, hey, I have to one-up this person. I need more likes than them. It becomes like this popularity contest. And what do you strive for from the time you're a kid in school to the time you're an adult?
It goes in the school. See, I think
it goes in cycles.
We are very different.
Well, it goes in cycles. I wasn't like that. I didn't care about status in school, but a lot of people do.
Either. Well, I didn't have any. But, I mean, popularity in school, I remember that. There was like a social thing.
It was like a social ladder.
You had to try to fucking climb that shit.
That ladder.
You know? But, like, out here in the real world, like, does any of that even fucking matter? It doesn't matter.
Well, we try to tell our kids that, too.
And the people making fucking memes and making fun of people and getting pissed off at this person and that, like, I just don't understand. But,
there's levels to it all, man. There's levels to everything, you know?
It is what it is, I guess. We try to keep the kids away from all that. Like, don't fucking be like that.
Speaking of school, can I ask you a question about school?
Are you bringing up the situation from yesterday?
No, I'm not bringing up that situation. No, because like that's something we can bring that up later. But so we're just talking about like there's ladders and there's a social ladder in school and there's levels to it and everything like that. Most popular guy in school and girl and shit like that. Have you ever had a situation where like you have like these kids in school, like when you're writing in your yearbook, you're like, wow, this guy's gonna be the hottest guy in the world. This girl's gonna be the hottest, most successful girl in the world. And of course, like kids, because they were in school, like, oh, the cutest boy, the cutest girl. But then you run into them after high school, and you see, like, the guy got fat. He's pumping gas at a gas station. The girl got pregnant. Looks like shit.
I did see both of that.
So, I mean, like, and it's funny when you go back and look at it, because I've seen it firsthand.
I did see, and this is the funny thing. This is the thing that, like, I kind of did a double take. I was working at that portrait studio, man. People came in there.
Of course, people want to get their picture taken by how gross they are.
They came in, and the first person to come in was this girl who was kind of sort of my stepsister. My mom had dated this man for a very long time. And so I knew her, and she had come in. She's like, I need to get my son's pictures done. And, like, she was annoying. We never got along, She was much younger than me. Much younger than me. And so I'm like, okay, no problem. Fill out this card, blah, blah, blah. All of a sudden, the dad comes in. Most popular dude in school. In my grade. And I'm just like, what in the fuck is happening? It was just really, really weird how someone can, like, that was popular in school can fall so very far because she was a disgusting fucking person. Just, always in trouble, getting in trouble and arrested, like, just a complete scumbag. Like, that, my mom got involved with, like, a complete scumbag who had scumbag kids, and it was just not a very good situation. And, it was just funny to see that. Like, I saw a bunch of stuff in the porch studio. A freaking person that used to push me around came in and acted like nothing ever happened. Like, just random ass shit that you see after school. But
do you think they forgot that they pushed you around?
No.
No, do you think they forgot because they did so much horrible shit to other people that it's like, oh, you just got lost in a shuffle or what?
Well, that could be too. But it's just like, but after school, like, it doesn't even matter. Like, it mattered to me. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't. It really doesn't matter.
Exactly.
No one really fucking cares anymore.
Do you think I should say this person's last name, or should I just say her first name?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Because I'm going to tell a quick story about someone from my experience growing up.
Why do you have to say names at all?
All right. Well, I mean, because I don't know. Well, I'm not going to say her last name. Her name was Shannon, right? She was in 8th grade when I was in 7th or 6th. I forgot the age disparity there. But she was the hottest girl in school. She was like Kelly Kapowski level hot back then, right? Even her mom was hot. Like, her mom looked like a hot version of her, like an older, slightly older version, right? The mom would come to school and drop her off, and like, you didn't know who to look at, the mom or the daughter, right? And then like all the guys wanted her, and for some reason, like, she never dated anybody. We never knew why she didn't date anybody. It's like, wow, no guy will ever get with her. She's just on this other level of hotness. And then high school came by, and she just disappeared. Like, she just wasn't around much. But then she'd come by every so often. She was only in school like every couple of months. She'd show up like, what the fuck is up with her? And we'd always try to get a little heftier and heftier and heftier. Apparently, she got knocked up. And she got knocked up in high school, and then like she got bloated, and then like eventually as the school year went on, she got bigger and bigger and bigger, and then she disappeared for like an entire year. So from sophomore year to junior year, she was like gone. She came back later on in junior year, and she was like disgusting, like gross, like huge, and she was hanging out with people that she normally wouldn't hang out with, and it was like a whole like Mean Girl scenario where the girl was eating chocolate bars. But she got knocked up somehow, but no one knew. Like, no one knew who the dad was because she never dated a guy, and then she just got pregnant out of nowhere. No one knew who the dad was.
We had girls in my school that were knocked up, and then they would take a couple classes. Like, I remember a couple in my class.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell classes they were, but regular English, social studies, whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
And then they would take like an extra bus and go to a completely different school.
Like a VOTEC?
Yeah, like a VOTEC type
VOTEC.
thing.
Oh my god, I missed that shit.
So I don't know what the hell happened, where they were being shipped off to, where there was mothering classes or what the hell. But like, man, girls were pregnant in school. I went to 4 different high schools. Every freaking school I went to, there were girls knocked up, man.
You see like some Jeffrey Epstein sex island they were getting shipped off to. Conspiracy theories now. See, we're hanging out with too many weird people now. Too many weird people we're hanging out with.
Oh, man.
But, like, when I was a kid, though, I remember thinking, like, when I was in Pop Warner, which is, like, like the before high school.
Elementary school?
Yeah, like the elementary, middle school football league. I was thinking, like, this one kid who was a quarterback, because his dad, of course, was a coach. He was a quarterback. We all thought he was going to be, like, the next Phil Simms, in the NFL. The kid got to high school and sucked because we always knew he sucked, but for some reason when you're younger you have this like mental image of things happening in your head, like, oh well, you're the best quarterback on the team, so you're going to be the superstar in the NFL. And his things never kind of work out the way you seem. So you see people that were like heroes at one point and things happen, and it's just different. Like the hottest cheerleader, like this girl named Jenny, I forgot the fuck her last name was, but I guess it's better because I don't say her last name on the show. She was like the head cheerleader, and I remember like seeing her like a couple years before we got together on MySpace, and she just got huge, and it's like, what the fuck happened to these people, And I was never the best looking guy. I was always, decent, but the reason why I'm saying this is because there's this one chick who I never had a chance with when I was younger, but then like right around, I was like 21, 22 years old, and we ran into each other again at some bar, and I was with a couple of my friends, and she was like with a friend or two of hers. And she was like all over me, and I'm like, holy shit, I can nail this chick. But she wasn't the same, She just wasn't the same. And I was like, I tried once before. I think her name was Amelia or some shit. And like, I was like, and it just wasn't the same. And I didn't do it because it just wasn't like it just felt weird because like I wanted you when I was like a nobody, but now I like my body started to match the rest of me. I filled out, I looked like a human being. I wasn't like some little kid with a big head, some scrawny kid with a big head. I actually.
Oh, so you were the hottest thing in the world.
No, I'm not saying that, but maybe that night to her, like maybe she had too much to drink.
That sexy voice just drew her in.
Maybe she had too much to drink. I don't know, but
too much
I'm sitting there at the bar, and she wrapped her arms around me, started kissing my neck, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I turned around, it was her. I'm like, holy shit, it's Amelia. And like first we were talking, then I started thinking, I'm like, and it just didn't feel right. So. Whatever. I mean, like, just so basically, like, if there's anyone younger than the age of like 18 that are listening to the show, I hope your parents should get locked up in jail for listening to us if you're younger than that age. But anyway, things change. Just if you're discouraged now in life, things always turn around. So I did want to talk about something that our friend Lone Wolf threw on Twitter, He recently watched The Twilight Zone. I forgot they did a reboot of The Twilight Zone.
Oh, that's out already?
It's out, yeah. So he watched the first couple episodes and he mentioned a couple of things about it. I haven't seen it yet, so I didn't want to read too much into the tweet because I don't want any spoilers because I love The Twilight Zone.
When did that start? When the hell did it start, man?
Yeah. So, I don't know. Maybe he can answer that because he's in the chat room right now. So maybe he can answer. I don't know when this came up, but I'm just going to talk about The Twilight Zone for a minute because it's my favorite TV series of all time. I absolutely love The Twilight Zone. There's certain episodes that I will always watch. And I hope Lone Wolf actually went back and watched the older black and white. I don't know if he has or not. But if he just got into this now, he needs to go back and watch the older episodes because those are classics. And there's so many things now in...
Yeah, but the guys doing this...
Oh, so keep your expectations low.
Yeah, see, there you go. I was just about to say, because the guy is doing this you hate.
Who is it? Tracy Morgan or something?
No,
like Ludacris
Key
or
and Peele.
The Key and Peele guy. Ugh. I don't hate them because what's his name? Key
it's
or Peele?
One of them. One of them is doing it.
Whichever one is the movie director is really good.
Okay, see, I don't know the difference, but I remember telling you, and you were like, "Fuck."
It's probably Peele or Key. I don't know which one is which, man. Like they really need to come up with like a better.
Well, give it a shot and see what you think. That
I don't know.
Wolf doesn't think it's very good.
Yeah.
So.
Well, The Twilight Zone was a freaking masterpiece. The original black and white.
Is it in color? Is it in black and white?
Oh, he's on season 2. Okay.
Season 2. Wait a second. Okay, the old ones.
The old Rod Serling. Ding, ding,
I was gonna say,
ding,
God
ding,
damn,
ding,
man,
ding,
they went.
ding, 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 ding. Now, the thing about this is, like, I watch on Jordan Peele. Thank you for that, Wolf. So it's Jordan Peele.
Okay, there we go.
So my whole thing is with the original series, they were masterpieces. Every episode was like a future movie to be made.
Yeah, they were good. I was never into them.
You don't like black and white.
That's my problem. Like I zone in and out.
Mm-hmm.
But you, especially like New Year's Eve or something, right?
Well, it holds a special place in my heart.
Right, because you used to binge it with your father or whatever, and which is cool. So when it's on TV, you'll record a crap load of them.
Yep. And I do the same deal every year.
And we'll watch it, and as it's on, I'm like zoning in and out. But from the parts that I actually pay attention to, it's good. It's just black and I don't know what it is about black and white. It can't hold my attention. So,
well, to me, it brings me back to a simpler time in American life in general, when like men and women, and I know it's going to sound very sexist, but I don't mean it this way. Men knew their place, women knew their place. You know, and it was just different, and like I like that lifestyle. It reminds me of Pleasantville.
But see, this is the weird thing, right? I'm talking about black and white.
Yeah, but you love Pleasantville.
But I fucking love Pleasantville.
Because it was modern, and you knew they were going to get to the color, and it all meant something in the end. That's why you liked it.
But Wizard of Oz, I didn't like the black and white part.
Mm-hmm.
I used to fast forward the black and white part till they got to the color.
Yeah.
So I don't. Maybe it's just the older black and white that I don't know what it is.
Perhaps. But see, I really did enjoy the original black and white because, just like I said, it was like a apple pie, American stuff, and like that's like if you close your eyes and think of like a mother cooking a pie in the oven, she's got the mitts on, she's got the dress, she's got the big earrings, the apron on, she looks like she's ready for work, but she's just around the house. She ain't going to work. She's just around the house. She's wearing this nice outfit. She takes it with oven and she puts it outside on the windowsill.
What do those poor women do?
She puts it on the windowsill. She opens the window so the pie can cool off. Some kids are walking through the neighborhood. They steal it and they go eat it somewhere. Like that's the innocent America that you want to think about.
Oh my God, those poor women had no TV, nothing. They stood there in their dress all day long, waiting for their kids and their husband to come home. Fuck that.
By the way, Lone Wolf, I actually did see that podcast, and I do have that on my radar right now, so I'm going to be checking that one out. There's a Twilight Zone, there's a couple of guys that do a Twilight Zone podcast, so I'm definitely going to check that out, because I have been seeing that on my recommended list. I just haven't listened to it, because I got so much shit to listen to right now.
Too much.
Well, that, and we record a lot now. We record a lot more than we ever did, so it's like it's kind of hard for me to find time to listen, but that is one I definitely want to listen to. So thank you, my friend, for pointing that out and reminding me that I have to listen to that. So I'm going to write that down right now, as a matter of fact. So TZ Cast. There we go. So I got to remember to listen to that, because it's something I did have on my radar. But there's so many episodes that I loved about that show. My personal favorite one was The Monsters Are Due on Maple Street, which is something I want to talk about here because...
Is that where they lost the power?
Yeah.
Okay.
One street lost the power, and I guess these aliens would go to a Maple Street. They would pick a random Maple Street on the planet Earth, and they would shut the power off for a week and see how humans would react. And the episode starts off with like the lights flickering a little bit, it goes off for a little bit. Oh, well, that's weird. Let's go across the street and see what happens down there. You know, like they go across the street. Oh, your power's out too. All right, let's go down the road a little bit. All right, their power's out too. And then they would go, you know, the adjacent neighborhood. Well, they have power. Well, why don't we have power?
Can we just... I know you're going to get into this whole thing.
Yeah.
But us personally, because we've lost power here before.
You'd be like, oh, whatever.
We look out the window, just check, make sure other people lost it and it's not just like our wiring or something.
Yeah.
If we see other people standing out in the driveway, we're like, oh, okay. And then we go about our business.
Yeah, we just don't care.
So that episode, people are just going to go further and further into the neighborhood.
Well, I mean, like, it leads to a bigger story, obviously. And there's this one kid. And the thing about the Twilight Zone, it was back in the 60s and 70s. The 60s were, like, the main core of the series. And that was back when, like, Martians were a big thing. You know, hey, Martians are going to come and invade. So this one kid, he has this comic book, and he's like, Martians are coming. I read about this. And he was building the fear and suspicion in the neighbor's eyes because he was saying how, you know, the same thing happened in the comic where Martians invaded. And people were freaking out. Oh, he saw this, the first episode he ever saw. Thank you, man. So you understand how great this one was. And when I was in school, we actually read this one out as a play. And I was like, Dr. Dussel. That was fucking Anne Frank. I forgot what the hell role I played in this one. But I remember reading it out and laughing at Dr. Dussel. Man, my fucking brain is a fucking mix of bullshit. Just fucking throw some gasoline and throw a fucking match on my brain and just blow it up already.
Seriously, man.
But anyway, you know, like the kid builds suspicion and the neighbors are seeing lights flicker on and they're all like at each other's throats and they're trying to kill each other and fighting. And then at the end of the episode, all the lights are flickering and people are just throwing rocks and beating the hell out of each other and killing each other. And the aliens are like, hey, the same thing that happens on every Maple Street. Let's go to the next one. And they disappear. And it's so fucking good, this series, man. I just want to make love to it.
Okay, so shut up. That is all it boils down to.
What about Pinto Sykes?
I was just gonna say.
I watched that one a lot.
You like that episode? You like the Pinto Sykes?
Yep.
Right, where he was dead and came back to life.
Pinto Sykes was an outlaw, and I'm only gonna go into detail because I know you're like, fuck you, shut up. But Pinto Sykes was a cowboy outlaw who was in a town. I guess he like raised hell there. He was born and raised. He raised hell, and then he left the town. And then he came back and raised hell, and he would go back and forth. His family still lived there, right? So the town is sick of him just coming and acting like it's his own personal, you know, like shithole. And he would just do whatever he wanted. So they all got together, and they shot all at once, and they shot him to death. But no one knows whose bullet killed him. They hired some guy named Connie Miller who was supposed to go after Pinto Sykes. And he was chasing them all around town, but Pinto always got away. The townsfolk were like, hey, I'm sick of that shit. And that's how the Martians created the LA riots. That's fucking amazing, Wolf. That's awesome. And, but yeah, so anyway, like, they shot Pinto Sykes, and no one knows whose bullet killed him. Connie comes back into town. He's like, wait, why is there blood on the road? And why do you guys got the tarped off? They're like, yeah, well, we killed Pinto. And he said that his last dying words were that you know, no matter how far you chased him, he would slow down, and you would slow down, too. And you never really wanted to catch him because you were afraid of him. But now you know exactly where he is. We buried him up here on this hill. If you had the guts, and then, you know, like they had like that whole man talk, and he was like, well, I'll put $20 down and you won't do it. He put $20 down and he would do it. Everyone else put bets down. He's like, all right, I'm going to go do it.
This is what I'm talking about, how this dude can remember lines and just keep going.
God damn it, shut up. I'm on a roll here. So they're like, all right, well, here's my Bowie knife. You stab it in his grave and come down. Tomorrow morning we'll check it out, and we'll see if you actually went up there. So Connie goes up there, and you can tell he's a little scared. You can look it in his eyes, you know, because like the acting back then was so good. He goes up there, he stabs in the ground, he turns, and then he falls. Everything turns to black. The next morning, the guy's like, I knowed it, because that's exactly what he said in the fucking movie or show, whatever.
The only reason why I'm laughing is because
I knowed he wasn't scared. I know he wasn't dead. I knowed it.
You'll be drinking during the holidays, and you'll just repeat that throughout the house. And God damn it, I hate the Twilight Zone so much.
So anyway, they all go back. The guy that says, I knowed it, he goes up and he sees Connie dead. And at the end of the episode, the guy's sister, Pinto Sykes' sister's like, well, Connie's body's over here, but the wind's blowing over there, which means my brother actually came up and killed him. And it's like this old thing. She's laughing, and it fades to black, and it's like, holy shit, he actually got killed. I love these fucking episodes.
You just
man.
went through the whole damn episode.
Yeah.
I was also going to say about the little
so many
doll,
episodes.
but
Talking Tina. So yeah,
I hate that
there's this
episode.
little girl.
The episode.
There's this little girl who's like mom, obviously, slept around a lot, and she had a baby by somebody else. Then Telly Savalas, the actor's name.
Stop it right now.
Good.
What makes you think that she slept around a lot? Why can't it be
fine.
that
Maybe
she
her
had
husband
a
died.
husband?
Her husband died.
Okay.
In the war, and she remarried, and this guy was like, "I'll take care of you and your daughter." Whatever her name was, I forgot her name was. But anyway, so the mom buys the girl a doll, and what happened, man? Hey, Wolf, tell your friends that had this podcast that you have a friend in the Voices of Misery who knows a lot about Twilight Zone and can talk about this shit all day. And I love talking about it, dude. Let's hook this up. Let's all get on together. It'd be freaking awesome. Anyway, Talking Tina was a doll bought by the mom because the mom, she struggled hard. She saved money to buy her daughter this doll that she really wanted. The husband was an asshole. He never really liked the daughter. He didn't really like the wife either.
He was a piece of shit.
He was. Every time I watch this episode, I feel uncomfortable. I want to punch him in the face. But anyway, they get this doll, and the doll can feel like the doll has empathy, and the doll liked the girl, liked the mom, but didn't like the dad because the dad would taunt it and be like, I don't like the daughter.
It was Chucky. That's what it was. It was
exactly,
Chucky.
and that's where Child's Play came from. And this is where I say that the Twilight Zone was the beginning, the birth of all this shit that came afterwards. Because you can look at most things, and I've done it before. We're watching something on TV and like, yeah, that's the episode of Twilight Zone where this happened. Or that's the episode of Twilight Zone where that happened.
Wayward Pines? Is that what it was called?
Wayward Pines, exactly. And I
came from Twilight Zone.
Yeah, I was citing episodes of Twilight Zone. Each episode I was like, yeah, this one, that one, and they stole it.
And that was a good show.
Yeah, but can you blame them? No, it was a freaking phenomenal series, Twilight Zone.
Well, maybe I liked it when it was color.
Yeah, but anyway, to sum this episode up, the doll didn't like the dad. The dad tried to torture the doll. The doll would only say things that he would hear, but they wouldn't hear it because the doll would be very strategic when she said things. And the guy he finally came around at the end, and he's like, all right, here, you can have your doll. And then he heard noises. He got the doll, and he tripped over it and died. And then the doll finally says something to someone else other than him, and she says to the mom, I'm talking Tina, and you better be nice to me.
Yeah.
And the mom was like, dun, dun, dun. Fade to black.
Fuck that, man.
Brilliant episode, man.
Brilliant. Screw that shit.
The show is so fucking good. Man, we talked about Twilight Zone for a while. I love it. I love that shit. I love it.
Well, maybe, I know that this guy is saying that expectations low or whatever, but at least try it.
I will give it a shot.
I didn't even know it fucking started. Is it on Netflix? Is it on TV? What is it?
I don't know. I think it's on TV. It's got to be on TV because it's the Twilight Zone. Why would it be on TV?
The problem is you need something to watch. I have so much shit to watch. It's ridiculous.
I'm not going to watch anything. Because I like our friend Lone Wolf. Okay? And if I start watching the Twilight Zone, and he enjoys it a little bit, if I start watching it, it'll get canceled. Like everything else I watch gets canceled. So I'm not going to do that to him. Because I want him to enjoy the Twilight Zone. Because if I watch it, it'll get canceled.
What's the last thing that got canceled?
Everything I watch gets canceled. Everything. Name it.
Dracula. That's it.
Oh, I love that show. No, 666 Park Avenue.
I think that was before Dracula.
Gotham. But yeah, that one.
But
we were both ready for that
yeah.
one to die. That show sucked. Maybe I should start watching The Walking Dead.
Don't do that.
That
no,
show
you
needs
can't.
to die.
No.
It needs it. I'm watching it this season. It needs
You're
to
not.
Go.
You're not watching it this season because I'll be pissed off.
Oh, goodness.
Anyways,
gracious.
talking about TV. Yesterday you came home from work and told me some amazing fucking news.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
DirecTV gave me back my CBS channel after fucking 2 months of not having it.
What's on that channel again?
Everything. My news, freaking my soaps, freaking the Ellen Show, freaking all sorts. Way too much shit. But that's mainly my news station. That's where I get all my shit because, prime example, right? And I don't know what the hell happened today, but as of yesterday, ABC was saying that the hurricane was going to go to the west. No fucking problem, right?
Yeah.
today we get CBS back, and CBS is saying it's going to go up north. So, I don't know. It's just, I like CBS. CBS has always been correct with the weather and, the news type shit that's in, like, the local area. And I like them better. And not to mention, GMA, way too much fucking music. I don't turn on a news station
to watch a Rock's fucking show
to hear people like singing and shit. I don't know, absolutely not. But CBS This Morning is like all news. They have good news stories, but they have a bunch of other shit too.
Yeah.
But it's not like fucking a band just up on stage just freaking singing song after song after song.
Shitty songs that the hosts have to pretend that they like.
Yeah,
they do
get
that
the hell out of here.
Obligatory dance and shit.
It's just, I just prefer CBS. That's all it is. At least for my news. What?
The reboot is a CBS All Access stream site gimmick, or you can ask Ben for a little how. Yeah, all right. Oh, I know what he means. Okay, all right. I definitely will, Mr. Wolf, because
it's on All Access, huh? Why would they do that?
Because, and the thing is, like, they've tried and failed many times over the years to reboot this series. Like,
so then why put it on All Access where they're not going to get as many viewers?
Because, like, you got, Peel or whatever, and it's a famous IP. They're going to try to, you get as many eyes as possible. It really isn't
that famous.
The Twilight Zone is a huge series. I mean, like, you may hate it because I love it. Because
but who is this dude?
You hate everything I love.
No, who is this dude? This
Peele?
Jordan Peele. Who is this guy?
Key and Peele, they had a very popular show on Comedy Central, and they've done things, I guess. I don't know. Like, dude, you're asking someone who just found out what Bay meant. Who the fuck Peele is, okay? I just found out that Rachel Bay is a funny thing to say. And sex on legs, but you were talking about music, right? On the news. Now, I want to bring up music and another thing that I fucking hate. YouTube. I fucking clicked on a link the other day.
Oh, I know. Okay.
And it was about we're still trying to figure out this whole podcasting thing. Like, we've been podcasting for almost 9 months now, right?
Yeah.
And we just got serious about it because we developed a following. And this is before the Hami Media people.
Yeah.
We had we were getting like 12 to 1,300 downloads a day.
A day, yep.
Before Hami Media. Now we're getting 17, 18 on average. So we're still getting more, but we were doing fine. But we just felt like, we found people that we enjoyed, people that I enjoy, people that I like and respect, and we support them, and because we like them. So my whole thing was we're never going to become a podcast that blasts music the whole time. And anyway, we were trying to figure out how to use this microphone because we're starting to get more serious about this. We got a microphone, a laptop, and I was like, how do you get this laptop plugged in? How about we look up a YouTube video? Something as simple as how do I do X, whatever X is, on the computer with this microphone. We found a video, and the person's got this fucking fucking heavy metal music playing for 3 minutes on like a 3.5 minute video. So basically what you're doing is you're blasting some song that only you like because you picked it. It's your video. You picked it. You inserted it. And then you talk for 20 seconds, and then the final 10 seconds is the final 10 seconds of that fucking song. So it's like, why don't you just play that fucking song? I don't want to hear your music. If I want to listen to music, I'll play music.
Let me ask you this, right? Because I completely agree with that. There
it's so
are
annoying.
A couple podcasts that do it. YouTube videos do it all the time.
Yeah.
Right?
Every single
Gaming videos, any how-to videos, there's fucking music, and people have to talk over whatever the hell is you're trying to watch.
Yeah.
Seriously, I lost my train of thought in that 5 seconds. What did you say?
I was just saying, how annoying it is when you're fucking doing a thing here, and it's stupid.
God
because
damn it! What was I gonna say?
If I'm trying, and I'm gonna do an example of how annoying it is, okay? Okay, I'm gonna do an example right now, because for people that are like, wait, what are you talking about? This is what it is. Okay, so this is my video on how to quilt a blanket. All right, so this is an example.
Okay, move that back.
So what you do is you take the yarn, you take a needle, and then you sew a fucking blanket, and then And then the video's over. That's exactly what YouTube is nowadays. Every video is just like that. You have to hear someone's song that they like, and then they insert.
I know what I was going to say.
Thank you. See, I had to do all that.
No, I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Track, you bimbo.
But why is that allowed on YouTube? When we do a small, piddly podcast with songs on it,
maybe
and we are like
sponsor.
fucking banned.
Maybe because you have a sponsor.
Who has a sponsor? They do?
We do. Some dude out in Michigan that wants to sell garage doors.
Dude,
I hope that's going well, my friend.
This has been going on for months.
Yeah.
We put any type of music on this damn podcast, we are banned immediately from YouTube. But all these other people can just load up fucking videos. Yeah. I don't understand. Now, how can you... Now, let's say, because I'm rewatching Scandal right now, right? So, if I want to see...
Which one's Scandal again?
With Kerry Washington.
Oh, okay,
and the guy from
cute,
Ghost.
The kind of cute horse-faced bitch.
She's not horse-faced, but
she's
whatever.
Got those big-ass teeth, right?
Like whatever.
Okay.
But, what was I saying?
You were talking about Ghost and...
Oh, so if I looked up a scene from that, why is that not copyrighted? It's a piece of a show, right? So why is that on YouTube? Why is all these music things on YouTube, but we put out a piddly podcast that gets 1,000 downloads a day?
1,000 downloads a day. That's pretty good, though.
Oh no, it's good. I'm just saying, like, why is that banned?
I don't get it.
But these other fucking people can do it.
Whatever
I don't get it.
Fuck they want.
You look up a video on how to fix your freaking shower head.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, here's the newest rap song.
You can hear that for like 10 minutes, and then the guy's like, all right, well, you just got to unscrew this and put that in. And then it's fucking over. It's like, why do you have to deal with that shit?
It's so...
Everything has to
weird.
have this epic intro. Like, people have like all these graphics and shit. Mm-hmm. And it's like, what the fuck, man? Like, why do I have to deal with all that shit?
I don't know.
Everybody's trying to be something bigger than what they are. Mm-hmm. And, like, we have, like, a small intro where, like, we have a good friend of ours says, hey, this is the Voice of Misery podcast, blah, 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 and done. And then we have a Stevie Richards commercial because, you know, Stevie Richards is a friend of the show. Going to be on the show, apparently, now, and I hope it happens. I hope it happens because I have a ton of questions. And I'm not saying it as an insult because I would love to have it, but I don't think it's going to happen. Apparently, he's going to be on the show. I mean, like, this is just an open door. People can kick it down and just get right the fuck on in. Fucking. I would love to have this shit. Why are you laughing so much? Apparently, Stevie Richards is on the show.
Because seriously,
I want him on the show. I'm actually a fan of I can actually cite old matches that he was in and shit. But
it's just funny because this dude is just like throwing people at us left and right.
We're fucking dodging like we're fucking playing dodgeball in middle school. But I'll take it, man. Like I enjoy it, but I don't think it's gonna happen. But I hope it does.
Hey, this person wants to be on your podcast. No. Next thing I know, they're on the podcast. Hey, this one wants to be on the podcast. What the hell? I'll
tell you, we've had some goddamn good episodes right now, and I love the fact.
Oh shit!
Here we go. We got.
It just makes me laugh, man.
What's worse is people using free licensed stock music that YouTube allows. A lot of them. Oh yeah, exactly, man. Yeah, they freaking suck. A lot of them do.
Oh, okay. So, what is that? Free licensed stock music. What the hell is that?
Well, Wolf, you have to understand, you're talking to a couple of idiots right now. We don't understand anything that's anything.
What the fuck is that? Do you know what that is?
We could probably look it up and have someone smart explain it to us.
So then that's allowed on YouTube?
I guess YouTube does.
Is it all heavy metal and rap?
Maybe. I mean, ain't nothing but a G thing, baby.
No, see, that's a good song. That's a good song.
We'll see what happens. But yeah, so hopefully we do get Steven Richards on the show, or Stevie Ray. Maybe we can get Stevie Ray on the show as well.
Who the fuck is Stevie Ray?
That's Booker T's brother, who's not as famous. So I don't know. Like we'll see where this thing goes. Like we have a lot of interviews lined up. Like I said, we have a really cool one coming up on this Tuesday. It's gonna be freaking amazing, dude. And I would really like for you to be on this show.
The more I think about it, the more I want to be on the show, just because of how funny I think he is.
He's hilarious.
But I've also had a few beers. So
I think we're gonna have a good time on that one.
We'll see what happens.
There's a lot of questions because this is a person who.
No, I have questions in my head.
Comedy.
Like I want to, has he adjusted his whole comedy bit. Like,
exactly.
You know, what's happened to him in the last few years.
We can really deep dive into the whole life aspect of it all. And I want to take a second to thank Lone Wolf for just being in the chat for as long as he has, because like my whole thing with Hame Media was like, even though we admire them and we like them and we're friends with these guys, my whole thing was like, we don't talk wrestling. That
worried me a lot.
Really did. And
because I was afraid that their listeners wouldn't like us because we don't talk. Yeah. We pretty much, when we talk about wrestling, we're bashing it. So.
And I don't want to come off as like a wrestling hater. You know?
Makes me feel bad. Because we used to like it.
We used to love wrestling. I don't hate wrestling at all. I don't hate wrestling fans. I don't hate anything about it. It's just like we kind of just are the kind of people, as me especially, where if I don't like something, I stop watching it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't interest me. Even though I do have things I do like about it. I love the women. Not because they're all pretty attractive. I mean, like, I have to see something that I like, and I like watching them. They're very good-looking women. Like, I think this group of wrestling women are the best-looking women they've ever had and the best wrestling women they've ever had. So I do like the women's division. Plus, when they were concentrating on it and writing for it, I thought that they were doing the best work they've ever done because it was the top of the line.
Yeah, but that failed. They failed at that.
Well, when Ronda left. When Ronda left, they were like, yeah, fuck this. Goodbye.
No, they just didn't care anymore. Just whatever. But you know what? I'll say this if I had to say something positive.
Yeah.
I like Bailey's outfits now. They're darker colors. They're not so damn bright and in your face, and I like it.
I just wish they were smaller.
And Alexa has a fucking belt. Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah. Well, that's gonna go away soon.
I know that. But it's nice that they're giving her a shot again. I don't know if she's completely healed or what the hell's going on.
So apparently there are certain songs in the public domain that YouTube will allow us to use. So we got to definitely look into that so we can stay on YouTube. So. Well, when we do our 80s episodes again.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, so we're only supposed to use those songs.
Yeah, so, I mean, the thing
is...
Fuck
that. That's not, no.
Yeah, we'll just do what we do. And we do get a decent amount on YouTube, but not as many as we get on iTunes and Podbean. So we'll just stick to what we're doing, I guess.
We get comments on YouTube, which surprises me.
Yeah.
That's so fucking weird. I didn't even know we were on YouTube until you told me.
Somebody commented on our YouTube channel, like, hey, good work as always, guys. And it was like someone who had like 40,000 subscribers. I'm like, holy fuck, dude, let me get in contact with you, motherfucker. Get us out there. But we're going down a path here. I forgot what the fuck we were saying, so...
I was talking about Alexa having that damn belt in.
Yeah. I think it's good.
I mean, I don't know. She was hurt for a long time, so I think they're being soft with her, and that's fine. But I'm happy that she's doing something.
She's a really huge asset to the company. She sells a lot of T-shirts. She's very popular. She can talk.
I don't like her with Nikki though.
Well, it's not going to last long. They're doing it to build Nikki up. Or maybe to build Alexa up as a face. Who knows? Like, whoever turns on the other one.
No, Alexa can't be a face. I'm sorry.
Yes, she can.
No, she can't. Yes, she can't.
Look at Nikki. When Nikki, not Nikki Cross, but Nikki Bella, she was a heel for a long time. When she turned face, all that fearless shit they sold. Imagine Alexa with all the bliss this, bliss that.
I don't know. I like her as a heel,
it's
man.
Happening.
Don't do that to me. She comes out like a goddamn fucking pixie.
No, I don't think they'll do that crap again from the NXT days. I think she'll come out and I think she'll blow it out of the water, and I think she'll be the same person but just with more of an edge, geared towards the face lifestyle or whatever the hell they do. And I think she'll sell a ton of merchandise, and that's what they want. They just want to make money, man. I think she'll do it.
But I'll be asking for it. So
of course you will, but
I got a couple shirts, a couple sweaters. I need the pants. I never got the damn sweatpants to my damn sweatshirt.
Which one?
They stopped selling it. That zip up hoodie that I have.
People can hear me make another drink right now on Twitch and on iTunes. I'm sure you can hear it. I don't know. The microphone's pretty far away. I don't want people to judge us as alcoholics. So we only drink when we're doing the podcast. At least I only do.
And there he goes.
At least that,
there's that little
stare you
jab.
right in the face. I stare right in the face.
He stabs and then twists a little bit, and then goes up. That's what he does.
Jesus Christ. So yeah, we watched. Speaking of killing, we did watch a killer show the other night. It was the China, and you know, we'll stay on the wrestling theme for a minute.
Did you say a killer show? Because you didn't like it.
I thought it was because I know the story of China, and I was hoping that this would give me more. I was hoping this would give me more insight into how she died and the suicide and all that shit. Thank you for that. These are thanks, man. But yeah, the whole China thing, they didn't really talk too much in depth about certain things, and they rushed through the important parts. I felt like her and Triple H's relationship, and Stephanie, taking her away or taking him away from her, and like her relapse, also other shit. They didn't talk about the reality shows.
Yeah, but it was only an hour.
But like they really rushed through.
But the guy that was commentating or whatever,
yeah,
was repeating himself a lot too. A lot.
I felt like they just rushed it, and it was rushed, but it wasn't current because they didn't talk about her being in the Hall of Fame.
And they kept showing
to be in it.
Yeah, they kept showing the same pictures. Mm-hmm. They didn't update it because she is in the Hall of Fame with DX, correct?
Yeah, she's in there now.
So maybe it was just an old thing that we taped that we just happened to see that was going to be on, and we taped it. I don't know.
What about the actress that played China?
Didn't look anything like China at all.
She was beautiful. The actress that played China was beautiful.
Really? I didn't think so.
But the China was like...
But she wasn't built. She was short.
She was short. She looked like a model.
She was short and skinny.
Yeah.
And like that had nothing to... Didn't even look anything like her.
Not at all.
Are you fighting with your straw? I swear to God, one of these times we're going to put on Twitter your fucking video of this damn straw trying to get out of your freaking cup.
I don't know what kind of science this is.
Look at it.
But it's like, I had this drink made, right? And I drink Bacardi rum, clear, white rum because there's no carbs, no calories, and I drink sugar-free wild cherry Pepsi.
It's got to be the carbonation. It has to be.
Yeah. So what I do is like I have like a generic plastic cup. I pour the soda down first because I have to make a nice foundation. And then I pour the liquor on top until I'm satisfied. Then I pour more soda on top. And then I put the straw in there. I put the straw in there and it's like a normal straw. It sits like it's supposed to sit. And then all of a sudden it creeps up. And it's like getting thrown out of the cup slowly but surely. And I'm staring here and I'm watching it. It's slowly sliding up the glass. And it's getting thrown out of the fucking thing. And I really wish that we were not afraid to use the goddamn camera on this thing. But there are jobs that have to be held and shit like that. So anyway, it's like now I'm looking at it and it's like this thing is going to go flying off the rails in a second. Like this straw is going to get like thrown like a King of the Ring match. No, not King of the Ring. Like a Royal Rumble match. You get thrown over the top rope.
Oh, God.
That's going to happen to my straw. So yeah, it's just really annoying and I hate it. And you laugh every time it happens. You always have to bring attention to it.
Because it's just, you're trying to talk and all of a sudden, like out of the corner of my eye, I can see your straw just so freaking flying out of your drink.
Yeah. So we got a couple episodes right now. So this one right here, we got the other one, and we're going to start posting these things now because, like, what we want to do is, like, we've been having interviews every single week, and what we want to do is kind of space them out a little bit and not take attention away from an interview. I mean, like, we're doing them every week, which is fine, I guess. Like, a lot of podcasts have a guest a week, but they're more established than us, the ones that we're getting, guests once a week. But for some reason, we're just getting them, which is weird. Even, like, people, like, outside of the Hami media, like, we're just getting people, and we've always been getting people. But now it's just like we're getting people from this thing, that thing, another thing, and it's, I don't know. You don't want to be an interview podcast.
No.
At all. You hate it.
I hate them. And it's not... Like, I don't like being part of them, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's understandable.
But even on my own podcast that I listen to,
yeah,
if I don't like that person, I fast forward or I don't listen to it at all. I have one favorite podcast that and I'm not joking, I have not listened to in 2 months. They are a once a week podcast. They come out on Thursday. Every fucking week they've had somebody on there, whether it was a friend or a YouTube person or this person or that person or a doctor or whatever, and I'm just like, I don't fucking care about these people. I'm listening to you to hear what's going on in your life. Like, it makes me laugh or whatever. Like, I like these girls and I want to know what's going on with them. I don't give a shit about the people that they're interviewing. So
yeah,
but that's just me. But I know that we're getting comments that they like the interviews that you're doing. So, like, it's weird. I just don't want to become, like, it's just fucking interviews all the friggin' time.
That's why you kind of have to be like a buffet. You gotta break it up a little bit. You have to be like a Chinese buffet, something for everybody, Like, you may come in the buffet looking for fried chicken.
That's disgusting.
But you may walk past the fried chicken and pick up a slice of pizza, and then you look at some...
A pizza at a freaking...
Yeah, every single one of them has pizza.
That's
every
disgusting.
Single one.
Absolutely
you used
disgusting.
to like the Golden Corral, and there was pizza, there was...
I know, but you don't put that at a Chinese...
Yeah.
Chinese food?
Chinese food restaurants have, or buffets, they have pizza
disgusting.
there. Every single one, at least down here. I don't know, other people may differ, your experience may differ, but the ones out here, they have pizza. So it's strange because, like, you have to have something for everybody with a podcast. So, like, I don't like
I get that.
So, For instance, and this is why I kind of gravitated towards the hobby media people, is because like they do a lot of wrestling. I don't really care much for wrestling.
We did wrestling in the beginning.
Yeah, we did a little bit, and then
more.
One day we were like, "Yeah, this sucks. Fuck this. Let's." And then you can actually listen to the last episode that we did a Raw SmackDown review. It says last Raw SmackDown review ever, and that's the last one we've done. But these guys will do that, but they'll also talk about things that are interesting, like behind the scenes shit. And then you'll have another episode where they talk about conspiracies, like the Billy Ray Valentine show. He doesn't even blink and think about wrestling. And there's other ones out there too that they just don't talk about it at all. And a lot of the shows that you've noticed now are gravitating away from wrestling, like the Big Ray show with Matt Schaffer. They do the 3 count that lasts an hour, and then the wrestling is like 15 minutes of the show, and it's getting less and less every week.
Right.
So,
but it's not their fault either. The
wrestling
product
sucks. It's not their fault.
Good
No,
anymore.
no. They don't write the show.
Why aren't they realizing it over there? I don't understand why they're not getting it. That their product is ass.
They're playing to an audience of
fucking
one.
Ass. And they think by having SmackDown on Fox or whatever the fuck is going to happen
they got paid
in
already.
the fall is going to help their ratings, though. It's not going to help the ratings.
It may initially. Because, like, supposedly their graphic that they put out for the first episode has The Rock, which will bring a lot of people
Okay,
in.
well, that's going to be in the beginning. The Rock isn't going to stay around.
Oh,
Stone
no.
Cold isn't going to fucking be there every fucking week.
No.
It's going to be, in the beginning to promote it, and then it's going to die down, and it's going to be fucking shit-ass fucking storylines.
Same old, because these people, and I don't know why, because, like, fans of wrestling are some of the most loyal fans. Your hardcore wrestling fans are the most loyal fans you'll ever see in
because
anything.
you've been a wrestling fan for, 30 years?
My entire life. I'm 37. Probably about 30 years.
You don't watch, but you will still, to this day, look up what's going on. Yeah.
I'll stay in touch. The same thing with General Hospital. I'm a soap opera guy,
You're still looking at that? Because I haven't watched that in forever.
No, but, like, if I was to watch you watching it, I would kind of figure out what was going on. Because I know the backstories of a lot of the characters, even though the people that I grew up watching are dying off to get rid of the show, the characters, whatever. But
because they're all old.
Yeah, I mean, like the family, like the lineage isn't really sticking around. Like before, it was the Castlines, Quartermains, and that was it. And now it's like mob show, whatever. Eventually, it's going to be all the Sonny Corentos kids fucking each other and making incestuous babies because he's the only one that can reproduce in that show, apparently. But that's another story. That's another story. The guy's like 80 years old in storyline years. Fucking soap operas. We could talk about that on an episode. Soap operas. Let's write that down. Soaps.
I wouldn't mind talking about that because you're going to be bitching and I'm going to be like, man, but it's so good.
All right, let's talk about soap topics. So, soap operas. So, you guys, this is going to be a special episode. Like, that will be a special one. Like, we might release 2 in one night.
2?
Well, I mean, like, we have something in
Well, the thing is that you only watch General Hospital, so you really can't, all you can talk about is how hot Steffi is. That's not talking about the show.
So for Steffi, look up Jacqueline McInnes Wood.
God.
Jacqueline McInnes -Wood. Look her up.
Stop it.
She's
on Bold and the Beautiful. She plays Steffi.
She's on another level as far as
she's also on another level with plastic surgery, but that's besides the point.
But yeah, she makes it work. she makes it work. She's like Peyton Royce, but like hotter.
Hotter than Peyton Royce, you think, huh? Really?
Oh yeah.
Peyton Royce is more
she's more natural.
More natural looking.
But Steffi makes the fake shit work for her.
Steffi is like, no, I get it. I'm not saying she's ugly. She's definitely good looking, but
oh, she's fake
without
as shit. Oh my god, those
without
lips.
a doubt that she is her cheekbone, all of it is all fake.
Oh yeah. Well, dude, her fucking lips have more plastic.
But you would like those lips, wouldn't you?
Dude, her fucking lips have more plastic than a Star Wars Lego set. I mean, holy shit, man, she's fake. I can imagine, like, her kissing and just smelling like the fucking inside of a fucking shoebox.
Oh, my God. That would be a good episode, but you would just... See, you know nothing except for General Hospital.
Just General Hospital, but that's all I need. That's all I need. Luke and Laura, we can talk about that for about an hour, right? Don't you think?
Not really, because I don't know that storyline. That was back then when you watched.
Let's save it. Let's save that one. Anyway, so what the hell you want to do tonight, man? You want to go ahead and have sex now, or you want to...
Not really.
All right, well then, thank you for that. Shit. I'm sitting there trying to get a little something. So, you got anything else you want to talk about tonight? You got anything else in your mind?
I don't think so. I think we covered a lot more than I thought we were going to cover. We came into this podcast with nothing.
We're doing every podcast cold.
I know. And somehow we end up with 2 hours full of random shit.
Well, that's just what we do, and that's why I think
it's not organized at all. We're like all over the fucking place.
And I would like to think that this is why people listen to the show and why we've got over, like 170.
Because you can't get bored.
Well, we got 170,000 downloads, and we've been doing this since January of this year. Go ahead, crack your beer. Be proud of that shit. Be proud of that shit. Be proud of that fucking beer crack.
That's my Bud Light.
Don't say that name out loud until they sponsor us. God damn it! Until I see a Bud Light truck.
If they ever sponsored us and just dropped off a fucking, like, a bunch of cases,
I don't drink it.
Heaven.
I don't drink it, but you would, so.
Oh, I would be so fucking happy.
But like I was saying, like, we've been doing this for 8 months, almost 9, because we've been doing this since January. And we never pigeonholed ourselves into being a topic.
But that's what I like.
Me too, because a lot of the shows that I listen to are politics. And once politics gets old, you stop listening. When wrestling gets old, you stop listening. And we try to keep it free and open and just do whatever the hell we want. We could talk about literally anything we want in this show, and it never gets old, because if someone likes to talk about, like, let's say our friend Lone Wolf here, we talked about Twilight Zone for a long time. Mm-hmm. Other shows, they'd be like, well, we can't talk about that because we're...
got onto that.
Well, I was looking through Twitter and I saw his post that I did like, and then I retweeted it too, so... it's just like one of those things where, like, if I'm a wrestling podcast and I see that Twilight Zone post, I can't talk about it because I'm a wrestling podcast, you know? If I'm a wrestling podcast and wrestling sucks, which it does, people aren't going to listen as much. The interest isn't there. No one's going to search for wrestling. So the fact that, like, our base will listen to us because we talk about whatever we want and it's different every time, I think that really holds in our favor. So, I don't know. Like, that's why I don't think we're ever going to change. We're always going to, at the heart of the show, even though we do interviews now and we did things we said we weren't going to do, but you kind of have to sell out the buy-in, if you know what I mean. We are doing interviews now because, like, I didn't always want to do them, and I wanted to have people on that I respect and that I appreciate and that I want to learn more about. And we're doing that now. We're just doing it at a very rapid pace, which is crazy because I never thought we would get requests and people would want to be on the show based off of our numbers and sponsors.
It'll die down, right?
I don't know. I don't think so. But sponsors sponsors slowly started to trickle in and things like that, you know, and things are happening, and we appreciate everyone that listens to the show and shares it on social media, and, you know, the feedback we're starting to get, and
we're getting more comments too,
our
but
Twitch.
I didn't write them down again. I didn't fucking write them down.
That's okay. We'll do another one and we'll read them out in the next one. It's not like they're going to disappear, so, you know,
we got 5-star reviews this week.
Yeah, we got a couple 5-star reviews, and
can't
there was a
bring
really
the electronics over
really
here anymore.
Nice one. There was a really nice one. I'll read them out if you want to go ahead and talk for a second, just so we can end the show on a nice note.
Well, just be careful with the damn thing.
Obviously.
I think Wolf would have said that we had static if he heard static, so...
I hope so. Okay, so... we do have a comment from Heather Bunsen. This was from Thursday. She left a really long comment. She goes, "The nerds!" Exclamation point. What do you say? You guys remember the way I'll topic grade on the podcast that will derail into rabbit hole, anything and everything. Podcasts like this are just plain off.
So
Thanks, man.
You get sidetracked too much. You need to finish your thought first.
What am I doing? Okay, so
you're doing the comment from iTunes,
all right,
and then you got sidetracked by a conversation on Twitch.
Found your show while browsing iTunes. The quality of the show is much better since the beginning of it, so it shows that you guys are serious podcasters. Glad you guys are doing interviews now. The Nerd is a great interviewer and lets his guests speak, which is nice and a change from other podcasts. You guys are just a fun and a joy to listen to.
Stop. Because I know where it goes after that. Stop.
All right, fine. Well, I won't do it.
But wait, who was that?
That was Heather Bunsen. She said, and yes, the Nerd's voice is
you
hot
fucker.
Capitals. JTech843, I know who this person is. Real. These two, the realest in the game. Sunday, we had Leticia McDonald. She said, "This show is too good. It never gets old, and you guys have grown so much since the beginning. You have a bright future in the game, you two. Keep potting forever."
I think that's the last one, right,
yeah,
for this week?
That was it for this week.
But that's amazing. We're almost at 250 reviews.
And that is
and that's less than a year, so I'm happy.
And that's almost 80 more than Hacker Hameen's group, which is strange because they have 1 million downloads and we have 170 or 160, whatever the hell we're at now.
I don't know what it is.
What is it about? Like people.
It's your voice.
People feel more inclined, I guess, because of the connection that we have.
We beg for them.
No.
Yes, we do.
Like, I guess people feel more inclined because we have such a variety of topics, and I think more people come and go because, like, if we talk about like comic books or something for a couple episodes, and we don't for a couple episodes, they might tune out, but they left a comment. And I think we bring more conversation to the table because there's so many different things to talk about.
We have to. We got to do 84, 85 music.
We will.
We got to finish that up.
We will do that. And
that has taken us fucking months to do.
You want to do that tomorrow?
Well, we'll see how tomorrow goes. Tomorrow, you're off. And
I'm off work tomorrow. We'll figure that out.
We'll see how it goes.
So we'll do 84, 85 music tomorrow. And I think what we'll do is take...
I just want the 80s music done. It's like a slow pace.
Well, it's getting better, though. 84, 85 is some good shit.
Is it?
Hit the B square.
Oh my god, let's do
fucking Huey Lewis and the News is coming out. The 84 album. Fucking Van Halen 84. Hell yeah.
Oh, fucking hell.
So we got that coming up.
How do you know that? How do you know that off the top of your head?
But I can't remember what the hell you told me to get at the grocery store. I know. So we got that coming up. Tomorrow is what? Sunday, right?
Tomorrow's Saturday.
Saturday. Okay. Oh my god, where the fuck am I? And then we got Sunday coming up. We got Monday. And then we got the interview on Tuesday. So we got some things coming up. And always going to be more content for you guys, man. And we appreciate everyone for listening. I'm ready to call this one right here because we've done about 2 hours right now, haven't we?
Yeah, it's saying 2 hours.
All right.
So I think that's enough.
So anyway, you guys can find us on Twitter at Voices of Misery. You can find us on Gmail at voicesmiserypodcast@gmail.com. Send your questions, complaints, love, whatever the hell you want.
Why do you put complaints in there?
Because I like to read everything. I just want to know how we can improve as a podcast. And,
don't encourage complaints.
No, I'm not encouraging it, but I would rather have them send it here than keep it in their heads because I know about mental illness and I'd rather get things out to keep them in. At least that's what my therapist says.
You don't have no damn therapist.
You're
Moving on.
You're my therapist.
Oh my god.
twitch.tv/Voices of Misery, and you can always listen to our shows at Voices of Misery Podcast. Oh, I'm sorry, voicesofmisery.podbean.com. I got ahead of myself. I jumped the gun. Okay, I jumped the gun.
But you know what I like about Podbean?
What?
Is that we're getting likes and we're getting comments on episodes now.
Oh, I love it. Thank you to everyone who's done that, by the way.
So
feedback is always the best way to grow. I mean, without feedback, you just think whatever you're doing is correct. And
we were getting feedback on iTunes for a very long time, and we were like always promoting Podbean. Now all of a sudden Podbean's blowing up, so I am so happy about that.
Later, man. Enjoy your night, Lone Wolf. And Facebook, Voices of Misery.
Yep.
So, ladies and gentlemen, until the next time we get to see your lovely faces again. And I forgot to ask, how are you today?
Oh my god.
How was your week?
It's the end of the episode.
I love you guys, and we will always continue to put out content here at the Voices of Misery podcast. The often imitated, never duplicated Voices of Misery, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you again. Good night.
My name is Stevie Richards, and I'm the owner and founder of Stevie Richards Fitness. I started Stevie Richards Fitness with one simple mission statement: to help others. I know what it's like to be injured. I know what it's like to be hurt. I know what it's like to be in pain each and every day of your life. I also know how to modify to overcome that pain, to overcome that discomfort, to overcome your injuries. And that's why I created the programs I did at Stevie Richards Fitness. Every single exercise has a modification. Everything can be successfully completed no matter your age or fitness level. And that's what I infused in the 12 and 16-week resistance band training programs to pass along to you at an affordable, accessible price. Believe in yourself because I believe in you, and I'm here to help you every step of the way.
Yes, it is I, Bin Hameen, commanding all of you to join the wrestling revolution, the underground of media, and follow our brothers at Voices of Misery on Twitter and subscribe to their podcast because they support hackerhameen.podbean.com and you will go support voicesofmisery.podbean.com because there is no more misery when you leave those FM marked channels and you join the media underground of Voices of Misery and hackerhameen.podbean.com. Rise and praise, YOLO!